caught you off guard?
Yeah, no, turning off the volume on my phone. Stand up, New York Giant fans. What's going on, Baddog?
Yeah, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. What a long-ass week for me. But I'm excited because we got a lot to talk about tonight. Obviously, a lot of signings, a lot of rumors. Our boys still in New York. And going to be with the Dory Jack. A lot to talk about tonight. Good reason to be excited if you're a Giants fan right now, baby.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But obviously, we still got the Kenny Golladay watch. But we've made a lot of good signings. And we're talking about before we went live. The Kyle Rudolph signing, I think he's going to help. We'll talk more about him throughout the stream, I'm sure. Afedi Adenabo, hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. He's got a weird name from Minnesota, the defensive end. I thought that was a really good pickup. Raglan didn't cost much. I know you're not the biggest Ross guy, but for only 2.5, only $1 million guaranteed for a guy with upside that at a bare minimum could stretch the field and help in special teams. I thought that was a really cost-effective signing. We improved our backup quarterback. The Giants have made a lot of smart moves already this offseason. Of course, we brought Leonard Williams back. We extended Austin Johnson. We got a new backup running back who, we may have overpaid a tad, but I feel like we got good deals on the other contracts, so it kind of levels out. And he's only 28 years old. I think he's going to be a good compliment to Saquon Barkley. And if we get Kenny Golladay, man, I don't know how, if you're a Giants fan, whether you hate Dave Gettleman or whether you love him, I don't know how you can't be ecstatic with this year's free agency so far.
Well, if you hate Dave Gettleman, it doesn't matter what you do. It'll say you paid too much for everybody and find some reason to kill him. But I agree. John Ross, it's funny that John Ross ended up being a Giant because whenever I would talk about how speed means nothing, I always use him as the poster boy of how the 40-yard dash means nothing. And sure enough, he's a Giant. But as I said in my video, and I just touched on it real quick when it was during the Leonard Williams signing there. For a year, $2.5 million. That's nothing. I'll take a chance on that guy for that. And what I said in the video, and I think the Giants should look at doing this, they got to use him kind of like Tavon Austin. You got to try to find ways to get the ball into his hands in space, whether you're running some rub routes, line him up in the backfield, run some end arounds, some reverses, whatever it is. Try to get the ball in his hands in open space so he can utilize his speed. Adenabo, I love the Adenabo signing. 10.5 sacks, 28 tackles for loss. He had like 30 quarterback pressures, and he was double-teamed like the fifth most times in the NFL last year. He's for,
pennies.
It was nothing. And I was like, that's great depth on the line. And, Patrick Graham made a lot of these guys really good last year. I was excited. I thought we've had a really good free agency so far. So I'm excited. And then, of course, the coup de grace, the icing on den topping would be Kenny Golladay, man. And, I think that's the guy a lot of Giants fans coveted. We need a number one receiver. You don't get he's the best receiver on the market. And, I put a little something on Instagram when I saw the little Sports Illustrated thing that said the Giants are the favorite to sign him. And kind of Cowboys fans say, no! I said, that's right. That's good.
It's been fun to cover the Golladay sweepstakes because it's back and forth, but I'm going to tell you what, man, it sounds like, it's basically become summer camp. That's what I said on Twitter today. It's like the guy's having like a slumber party with Dave Gettleman. He can't go back to his house, but it's now going to be 3 days that he's meeting with the New York Giants. But you don't meet with a team for that long if you don't intend to try to get something done. Right. And, from what Art Stapleton said, from what a bunch of people said on Twitter, Josina Anderson, it sounded like everything looks good. Like the physical pass, they put him through the character test, whatever it may be, and they're just trying to hammer home the contract now. And the fact that he stayed there, I think they're going to try to finalize this thing by tomorrow. Yep. And if they get this done, the first thing I'm going to post on Twitter tomorrow is a big smiley face of Dave Gettleman because he will have doubled up back-to-back free agencies with home runs. And you get him, like we were saying last stream, many streams before that, he's going to make every other weapon on this team better. Not to mention you added Rudolph and you added Ross. I think Rudolph's going to help tremendously in the red zone. And if you could couple him with Golladay, all of a sudden, Slayton's getting number 2 coverage. All of a sudden, Shepard's just asking to be a slot receiver. All of a sudden, Saquon Barkley's back as a weapon to throw to in the backfield also. And this offense could go from worst to pretty good real fast.
Yeah, if Saquon Barkley's healthy with a really good and hopefully improved young offensive line, that's going to also help all the receivers because now you have to honor the running game. Independent outsider, man, thank you for Super Chat. Really, really. Best free agent signing so far, Reggie Raglan, not Ragsdale, but Reggie Raglan. Yeah, I mean, Reggie Raglan's a guy I really want. I wanted the Giants to draft him out of Alabama a couple of years ago, and I actually thought he's played pretty poorly. I have not been impressed with Raglan, but a year for $4.5 million.
No, he only got like $1 million.
Oh, I thought it was four. I thought it was 4.5.
No, he got. I think what it goes against the cap is like $987,000 actually.
Oh, that's like, not bad. Where the hell did I get $4.5 million? I thought it was $4.5 million.
I don't know.
Get back to the other point with Golladay. You're right. 3 days, it's not going to happen. Somebody was saying to me, Baddog, they're not going to sign him because look at all these other guys. They got the deals done like this. Why are they taking so long? I said, because this is a big investment. These other guys, they're 1-year deals. They're 2-year deals. They're $6 million. Kyle Rudolph was the biggest one we signed at $12 million. Devontae Booker's $3 million a season. John Ross, $2.5 million. Raglan, you said, went $987 million against cap. So there's no money there. Golladay, you're going to put money into. Golladay is going to cost some money. So you want to be absolutely 100% positive that this guy fits in, that this guy knows what's going to be expected of him, that he is 100% healthy, and that he's going to fit in. He knows, okay, Judge don't want this. Yes, I can do this. And they want to know as well that he is going to do this. So I think like you said, I think it's a good sign that he's been there for that long because, if he wasn't interested or things weren't working out, what the hell would he still be there for?
Yeah, it's like when you're dating a girl, you're not going to stick around with the girl. Once things aren't working, it's time to move on. He's obviously still.
That depends on how the physical chemistry is.
But obviously, what I'm saying is, there's obvious interest there on both sides. If there's the Giants could be spending time trying to do other things in free agency. Golladay could be spending time visiting with other teams, and the fact that they're going on 3 days now, I think we're going to get this done tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. Let me get some of these before I lose them. Rolly thing for the super chat. Really, I still have beer left over from St. Patrick's Day. That's what this is tonight, not soda. He says, what the hell is a character test? Seriously. I think it is they want to see how he responds to certain aspects of things that he's asked. Joe Judge is obviously a tough, he's more of a disciplinarian. He expects a lot out of his players. He expects his players to work. So I think they ask him probably a lot of questions, situational questions, and how he would respond to this and what he would do in this situation. They want to see how he responds because, not only is Joe Judge probably a tougher coach to play for because he expects discipline. New York is a tough market, man. New York is a tough market. Not only do you have to worry about what you say about yourself, you got to worry about what you say with everybody else because this media is the toughest in the world, man. They will twist your words. They will look for sound bites so they can nail you. So I think that's what it is. I've never been to it.
And you got to remember, he's got intel, right? We just brought over O'Brien, who was part of the front office of Detroit last year with Golladay. Also Patricia, also coached with Judge. And there was word that came out that last year Golladay didn't want to come back. He was hurt, but he wasn't hurt anymore. A lot of people said he could have came back and played and decided not to. So I'm sure Judge is asking him some questions, and they're making sure that he's a guy that's going to buy into what they're trying to do over here.
Yeah, I agree. Where am I here? I forgot I can do this with over here. So I forgot I can do this. Let's do this. Elvis, thank you for the super chat. Really, my man. He says, imagine Ross turns into Tyreek. Man, I hope we get KG. Yeah. I hope Ross just turns into a guy that is a speed threat that could open up the field for other players. And yes, I want Kenny Golladay in the worst freaking way.
When you think about it, though, if we had Golladay, it's almost like we brought in 3 weapons that are going to help in different ways. Like Rudolph's going to help in the red zone. He's kind of that Jason Witten. I think he's a perfect fit in terms of the type of scheme that Jason Garrett's trying to run. Rudolph plays like Witten. I'm not saying he's as good as Witten, but he's that type of tight end. And I think the Giants see that, and I think he's going to fit into the scheme very well. Then you bring in the speed demon with Ross, and you bring in Golladay, who's a deep threat, a tall receiver that can catch the 50-50. And the one what are you putting up 2?
2 drops he always had in 2 years. Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah. And the one thing that I really noticed, Baddog, is the 2 wide receivers we're bringing in if we get Golladay. Ross and Golladay are both guys that stretch the field. They both averaged over 18 yards a catch in 2019. And that, to me, signifies that they're going to open up this offense this year. They wouldn't be bringing in those 2 guys if they weren't looking to stretch the field a lot more than they did this past year.
I completely agree. I just hope we get Golladay. I'm going to be – that'll be a good video. I can promise you that. Connor Ball, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says we trade Evan Ingram, draft Pitts, and draft the guy from USC. You know me. I'm all about Kyle Pitts. I don't give a damn. I still take Kyle Pitts. I don't care. But to be honest with you, at this point, well, if they traded Evan Ingram, they definitely could. But if they get Kenny Golladay, they got Kyle Rudolph. They got a lot of other guys. I'm like Chris. I'm kind of leaning either offensive line or defense at that juncture. I would love Kyle Pitts. I don't think he's getting to us anyway. But if you can grab Micah Parsons or a Slater at 11 when you've already shored us up, because remember, we're going to talk about Adoree Jackson too, because he's also coming in for a visit. So we may be able to shore up the cornerback spot as well in free agency. But it's exciting to think about, no doubt. AP, Brilly. My dream, KG, Slayton, Ross, Waddle, Saquon on one field. Well, that'd be pretty amazing as well. There'd be a lot of speed there. There's no doubt about it. Toasty, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, sir. I appreciate that. Faded, thank you for becoming a member, my man. Brilly. Faded, welcome to the Dog Pound, sir. Dog Pound members, you know what to do. Welcome, Faded, into the Dog Pound, baby. Manuel, thank you for the super chat, brother. Really appreciate it. Says Leonard Williams and Dexter on the line, Martinez, Jimenez, Carter as backers, Dan Holmes, Bradbury, Ryan, Peppers, and possibly Jackson. Woo! I hope I said that.
Listen, I think the only missing link to our secondary is that second cornerback spot. It's why I've been so outspoken about it. I don't trust who we got going over there right now. And if you bring in a guy like Adoree Jackson, and he could even play average corner play, opposite of Bradbury, you could have a really special secondary. I mean, you look at the three safety set that we have. Darnay Holmes should only improve in his second year in the slot. We could have a great secondary next year if we get even an average corner on the opposite side.
And think of how much better that'll make our pass rush too, because we get a lot of coverage sacks, and we had a lot of sacks last year anyway, even with Yadam out there, and McKinney hurt most of the season. So I'm excited. I'm excited, dude. I mean, I know this isn't a done deal yet, but like you said, I like the moves that they've made and the thought about, getting these other two players, hopefully. I mean, listen, we were pretty close last year in a lot of games. If we could just close them out, we did not have that Kenny Golladay type of guy. We did not have that guy that could go up and get 50-50 balls. We did not have these big red zone targets. We did not have the sure hands of a Kyle Rudolph in the red zone. So, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, there's something excited about if you're a Giants fan if we can get these guys in here, man. And, the other teams in the NFC East, you got me worried a little bit. Little bit. Toast?
I just want to say, I see T-Boy he said the dude completely left off McKinney. I don't know if he's talking about me or you, but I said the three safeties. Yeah. McKinney's included in that.
Yeah. And I actually went out of my way to say McKinney.
Yeah. The three safeties. He's one of those three safeties. Yeah.
Toasty, thank you for super chat. Brilly. He says, do we trade Ingram and draft Pitts? I would like that. Even if we don't draft Pitts, because I don't think Pitts is making it to us. I would love to trade Evan Ingram. I'm not BS. That's $6 million that we could put somewhere else.
If you could get something for him, I'm all about trading for him.
It's possible, though, Chris. They did take Kyle Rudolph. It's possible.
Yeah.
To trade Ingram. Maybe, I mean, what do you think? I think he's a fourth round. We're the fourth round pick. I think that you could get a fourth round pick. I'm not going to be an Eagles fan and go, yo, we should get a first rounder for him.
No, yeah. I think for me, I'd want a third. I know I'm not getting more than a third. I would strive for a third. I wouldn't be upset if they traded him for a fourth, though, but I'd want a third.
Yeah. Karan, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, my man. Our D is Adoree Jackson away from being elite.
I'm with him. And the funniest thing, Baddog, and I know you're not as active as I am on Twitter, but I always say, man, Twitter is like the cesspool of negativity for New York Giants fans. Yeah. And 3 days ago, now all of a sudden everybody's hyped up. I hear people, and I'm not saying that he was one of these people. He's saying we get one cornerback, our defense could be elite. 3 days ago, all I saw over Twitter was that the world was ending because we lost Dalvin Tomlinson. And what's funny to me, Baddog, is anybody with a brain knew we were going to lose Dalvin Tomlinson. So I don't know why people were complaining. There was no way we were going to pay both Dalvin Tomlinson and Leonard Williams. It was never going to happen. Leonard Williams fit the scheme better. Dave Gettleman traded for Leonard Williams. Dalvin Tomlinson was never coming back. So I didn't get everybody blowing that up. Like we knew it was going to happen.
Exactly.
and he's replaceable. And I think the Giants will do a fine job replacing him.
I agree with you, and that's the thing. I mean, I said it on Twitter. I actually have been active on Twitter this week because there's been a lot to be active about. It's weird. Like I picked up like 400 followers on Twitter this week. That was crazy. But I said that the first day because I could see it on Twitter. I said the Wolves are already starting to howl a little loud at Dave Gettleman. I said something better happen soon. And that's what it was. People want immediate gratification. And sometimes we talked about it last week that, patience is the best way to go here in this class and not to jump out of these guys because there's not a lot of money to be had. So you could probably get some good.
And look what's happened. Yeah. If I would have told you at the start of free agency, Juju Smith-Schuster was going to sign for $8 million, what would you have told me? So you're patient in this market. There's more players than teams that could spend on them. You're going to get deals, and that's exactly what's happened for the Giants. So a lot of these guys, we got Glennon for less money than we paid for McCoy last year.
Yep.
Glennon's a better quarterback.
Yep. Let's hope we
got for under $1 million.
Let's hope we don't see him unless we're.
No, you don't want to see him, but it's still good to have a better backup quarterback.
I agree. Brian T, man, thank you so much. Really, my man. He says if we sign Kenny Golladay, we still meet with Jackson on Sunday. Gettleman is serious and will make adjustments to sign him. Giants win free agency. They would definitely get a good grade. There's no doubt about that. And I agree. Their free agency, again, would be in the A- to A range like it was last year.
Yeah, I probably got him. If they get Golladay, I think I'd give him an A.
Well, yeah, if they get Golladay and Jackson, you could give him an A+.
Yeah.
No doubt. Dan Big Blue, thanks so much, my man. Really, brother says trade Ingram from a Butterfinger. I would do that. It's a good candy bar, and it satisfies you more than Ingram does. Ingram always leaves us wanting more. Butterfinger's nice and satisfying. It's just good candy.
It sticks to the top of your mouth, though.
It does a little bit, but that's what peanut butter's for.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
L.A. Lou, and thanks so much, my man. Really, brother says, everybody, I hate to sound like a broken record, but if Golladay is a tease, signing 6'3" Josh Reynolds would be a great fit, hoping for the best fit. And I appreciate that. I know you've been high on Josh Reynolds. But I don't think Galladay's a tease. I think, like Chris said before, I'm not going to say it's 100%. I'm not going to say it's a slam dunk. But like Chris said, I think he said it was about 85, 90%. You're not there this long. They're not holding him hostage for 3 days if they're not trying to figure everything out and going down to the last fine detail. I think you're going to hear tomorrow that he's a Giant. I have a good feeling about it.
Yeah.
Josh, thanks so much, my man. Brilly says, if we get Golladay and Jackson, give me Parsons next to Martinez. Oh, I would imagine that.
I'd be happy with Parsons if the backstory checks out. But I think he's a great defensive prospect.
Speaking of, I don't want to get off topic, but Deshaun Watson is another story, huh?
What is it, like 20 women now or something?
He's done.
He's in trouble, man.
He's in trouble, man.
He ain't getting traded, I'll tell you that. He ain't
getting traded is right.
Those 20 women come with the contract.
Hell no. Yeah, right. Leon, thank you for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it. He says trade Ingram and Shep for potential cap space and get a Dory and still draft Waddle.
I just don't say. A lot of people say Shep. Who's taking Shep on? I mean, let's be real. And I like Shep. But look at Shep's contract. He's due $9 million this year. Yeah. He's due $10.5 million the next year, $11.5 million the year after that. And there's teams that are, let's be real, Baddog. Who's looked at as a better receiver by most teams? Juju Smith-Schuster or Sterling Shepard?
I was going to say Shepard's making more than Juju this year.
Juju made it, and it's only a 1-year commitment for $8 million. Do you think a team's going to take on, in this market, is going to take on Sterling Shepard for 3 years, $30 million?
Nope. No,
doesn't add up. We're not trading Sterling Shepard.
Nope, that's a great point. Great point you make. Ron Batista, man, thank you so much. Really, my man. He says, wouldn't you think that Ross would be like Corey Coleman? I hope it works out better than that. That's been his thing. He's been injured a lot, and I don't think Corey Coleman, when Corey Coleman was healthy, Corey Coleman was very effective for us. Hopefully John Ross, a change of scenery, getting the hell out of Cincinnati. I'm not saying that we've been a lot better than Cincinnati since he was drafted, because we haven't been, but sometimes a change of scenery helps. Sometimes a different coaching staff can find your skill set and they can utilize it to the best of your ability. The dude is fast as hell. So, that's something you can't teach. You either have speed or you don't. Hopefully the Giants find ways to get, like I said at the beginning of the stream, give him the ball in open space and let him work. And I think the Giants can find ways to do that. This is the thing. You got a guy like John Ross. You got a guy like Kyle Rudolph now, who Jason Garrett loves. You bring in a Kenny Golladay. Jason Garrett's got no excuses either. Everybody wanted to get on Jason Garrett's case last year. Oh, he doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do this. But everybody said, well, Daniel Jones doesn't have any weapons. And I would have to always say, if Daniel Jones don't have the weapons, neither does Jason Garrett. So Jason Garrett can only have a certain amount of plays for the players that he has. You can't ask certain players to do things that they're not capable of doing. You add John Ross, that adds a totally different skill set. You get a Kenny Golladay, that adds a totally different skill set. And you add a Kyle Rudolph, it adds a lot of security, which should help Daniel Jones, because I think that the tight end is like a security blanket for a quarterback. And Daniel Jones don't have that because his security blanket drops the ball every damn time he hits him in the hands.
And in this offense, it's imperative to have a tight end like that. And he's going to help in blocking. Rudolph Stone is a very good blocker. And you know what? One thing about, and I think we overpaid. I'll be the first to say it. If there's one contract I thought that we overpaid, it was Devontae Booker. But Booker's known to be a very good blocker. Something that Saquon Barkley struggles at. It looks like the Giants are trying to get blockers. He's a hard-nosed runner. He's a between-the-tackles runner. I think he was he has some. His first 3 years specifically, he caught a lot of balls. So I think he's a good addition too. I think he's going to help this team out. So I think the Giants added a lot of pieces to this offense that's going to help this team out.
Completely agree. Nathan, thank you so much, my man. Really, brother. So will Adoree Jackson be our consolation prize, or do we sign Kenny Golladay and still have enough cap space for both? They can restructure. They could also trade Evan Ingram. That saves $6 million. They really could do that. They could trade him, and they could restructure Bradbury and Martinez. They can find ways, guys. They can find ways.
Yeah, there's ways. There's ways to make it work. And the other thing I'm going to say, and I said in my stream today, he's set to visit us, and he's set to visit the Eagles. I think the same day. What that tells me, Baddog, is if he's visiting the Eagles, he must not be commanding that much because the Eagles don't have a lot of cap space.
They have nothing, and they just signed Anthony Harris today. So
that's what that tells me, Baddog. If he's visiting both, I don't think he's going to cost that much.
No. If he's visiting both, we can't let him leave either.
Yeah.
Book Josh, thanks so much, my man. I really appreciate it. Really, he says, even if we miss on Golladay, we can sign the quarterback from the Titans or anyone to help the defense. We can draft the wide receiver at 11, but would love Kenny. There was something I kind of mentioned in my video today about Adoree Jackson, is that even if we did miss on Kenny Golladay, it'd be very disappointing. I'm not going to lie, but it wouldn't be the end of the world because we could always draft a corner and we could take the money we're going to pay Golladay and get an Adoree Jackson and maybe somebody else in here. So, you kind of look at the glass half full with that. But I do think Kenny Golladay is coming here, and I do think that where there's a will, there's a way. And I do think the Giants will find a way to afford both if that's the route they decide to go.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Sticky Fingertips, thanks so much, man. Really says, what up, guys? Got drunk and sent Chris $50 in dad super chats this afternoon. Ate way too much pizza, and now I'm dying, and KG is still not signed. That's because KG is out there doing exactly what you did, Sticky Fingertips. He's drinking too much and eating pizza.
Well, Sticky Fingers, I appreciate the support, my man, and I had a lot of fun. You sent me a lot of good jokes today, but I'm going to tell you what, and I'm not guaranteeing it, but I think tomorrow that frown's going to be turned upside down.
I was just going to say, Sticky Fingertips, you wait till tomorrow. I think you're going to be happy. I think you're going to be a happy guy. Happy guy! I can't, I don't want to get ahead of myself. If they sign him, I'm looking forward to that video because he might get a little trash talk. I don't do it very often anymore. You might go back to the old school roots. Kevin, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. Really, my man. Quarterback Q, Farley sat out, and Surtain may lack elite speed. What do you guys think of J.C. Horn? All three look like solid options. J.C. Horn is definitely a name I've heard a lot. And it's possible. I mean, you could probably throw all three of those under a blanket. They're probably not close to one another, So
what I'll say about that, Kevin, is if we don't address corner and we get Golladay, I'm looking at a corner. And if both those guys are off the board, I think J.C. Horn is very much in play if the Giants like him. And I do think he fits the scheme very well. He's a man press cover corner. He's a physical corner. He's tall, much like the other two. So, yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. I know Giants fans may not want to hear that. But if we get Golladay, I definitely think we could be looking at a corner for sure if we don't sign. It's obvious. You know, a lot of people say Julian Love. Well, Baddog, let's be real here. And I'm not saying Julian Love didn't play pretty good against the Cowboys. Julian Love got very little playing time for the Giants last year. Mm-hmm. And if the Giants had confidence in Julian Love to playing on the outside, they wouldn't have wasted a 7th-round pick on Isaac Yiadom.
Right.
And they planned on DeAndre Baker to be the starter. So everybody likes Love. I get it. And if he's the guy, great. Give him the opportunity. But the fact of the matter is, if they're looking to bring in Adoree Jackson for an interview, that tells me they don't have confidence in their second cornerback spot.
They should.
So if they don't get Adoree Jackson, I think we're drafting a corner, and I think we're drafting him early, whether it's in the 1st or the 2nd round.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and that's it. Yiadom is a disaster, and we saw that all year. So if Yiadom is that bad and they still didn't put Love over there earlier in the season, it probably tells you they don't have confidence in him as an outside corner. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Adoree Jackson would – I mean, listen, if we get this, like Chris said, if we get this stuff, this is a home run because we need a cornerback 2 really bad. Probably the second biggest thing we need was a cornerback 2 outside of the number 1 wide receiver. So we can lock both of them down to be amazing. Like it or not, some people say we paid too much, although we got 3 years, which is what we said last week with Leonard Williams. I think we might have even said 3 years, $63 million. Chris, I don't remember.
I think we did.
But we were saying we don't care about the money per year. We care about the years. But that's our pass rusher, guys. Now, it's not saying you can't get another pass rusher in the draft at some point. But Leonard Williams is the pass rusher. So we had the second. He was the second best free agent according to the rankings. So we signed him. We could get a number 1 receiver and one of the better corner 2s out there right now. It would be a home run for Gettleman. And you like Chris said,
don't forget, we added a Fadi. And I think a Fadi is going to be a situational pass rusher. I think he's going to be able to, and don't forget, we got O'Shane Zimenez coming back.
Carter.
We got Lorenzo Carter coming back.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying we couldn't use one, but I don't think it's our primary need.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, guys, thanks so much for being here. I got almost 1,000 people in here. So if you haven't done so, hit that like button. That like button always helps. Smack the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you go into the description. If you're not subscribed to Entertainment Talking Sports, I don't know what you're doing, but his link is in the description. So sub him up as well because we do this show every week and we alternate channels. So next week we'll be on his channel and looking forward to the draft together. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's always a lot of fun. So Max, thank you, my man. Really, really, really appreciate it, bro. He says, my guys, Tainah and Baddog, always a good time when both of you are streaming. Time to put the pen to paper and sign 19. Hope you all have a great night. Max, thank you, buddy. Really appreciate it. Thank you for all the support. And
Max. Max is the man.
It's great. And, I'm just thinking how many 19 jerseys will be sold if they –
I'll be buying one.
There you go. Be the first jersey giveaway for my members. Somebody will win that, win the jersey. Be like, give me a Golladay. Jonathan, thank you for the super chat, man. Really, really, really appreciate it, bro. He says, Tainah and Baddog, I need you guys to have a good night's sleep because tomorrow it will be mayhem. I'm expected to go live all day or all night. I'm not going live all day or all night. I do have the Lakers at 3:30, and I will make a video wherever the hell I am. I will find a way to make a damn video. I did that in the car for Kevin Zeitler. I'll definitely find a way to do it for Kenny Golladay. There's no doubt. I'm looking forward to making that video.
Yeah. And the Knicks ain't playing tomorrow, so if it happens, I'll be live.
Lakers play at 3:30, so maybe it'll happen right in the middle of the stream. You can all come in and let me know. That inevitably, that's what will happen. Rich Terminator, thanks so much, man. Really, really, really appreciate it. Says, if we get Golladay, draft me a cornerback in the first.
Quarterback in the first, yeah. I agree with you, Rich. And this is the other thing I say. Even if you believe in Love, which I personally do not, as a cornerback too, at least at this point in time, but I get people who do.
I thought you were talking about if you believe in Love, like Huey Lewis in the news. I thought that's what you were saying. I thought you were going somewhere with that. And
no.
I was thinking it was going somewhere else.
But even if you believe in Julian Love too, they could mold into a potential cornerback too. James Bradbury's not going to be here forever. James Bradbury's got 2 years. I don't see the harm in drafting one that is a better prospect than Love. Sticking him over at the cornerback 2, and then him inevitably eventually taking over James Bradbury as the cornerback 1. If you draft somebody early in the first round, Bradbury's only got 2 years left on his deal. And we don't know we don't know if he's going to get an extension after that. We don't know how he's going to be. I think a lot of people just take for granted, he's a given. He'll be good the next 5 years. We thought the same thing about Janoris Jenkins. You don't know that. So I think we need to get younger at that position. I think we need to get an exterior corner. So I'm with him, man. If we don't address it in free agency, I think we need to draft the corner. If not in the first, definitely in the second.
Yeah. Yeah. You had to bring up shit fondue. You had to. You just had to bring him up. Had to bring him up. Anthony Ojeda, thank you for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it. Really. What up, Baddog and Tainah? I'm still sitting here on my couch with my wife drinking another Incredible Hulk. Waiting to see breaking news. Kenny Golladay has signed with the New York G-Men. We're all on pins and needles for that one, Anthony. I'm sitting here drinking the Murphy's Irish Stout. The only time I drink this is on St. Patrick's Day. I actually think this is better than Guinness. Same type of beer, but I like it a little bit better. It's a little bit more toasty. I think that's the word I'm looking for. It's a little more toasty. Toast.
Yeah, I think toasty is a good word, but
smoky.
Maybe smoky.
This is good. Have you ever had a Murphy's Irish Stout?
I have, actually. It's good. And as far as what he said about have you ever had the Incredible Hulk? It's half Hennessy, half
I was in there. I was in there when you mentioned it. I have not had that.
That will knock you on your ass.
Yeah. So Alabama Slammers, those are my favorite. Big Alabama Slammer guy. That was a 90s drink. So all you young people, I'm an old head. You guys don't know anything about that. Sticky Vicky Tips, thank you so much, man. Really says they couldn't put Love at cornerback 2 earlier, though, because he was starting free safety. He didn't replace Yadam until McKinney came back. That's a good point.
Well, they had Logan. Well, yeah, he was. But I remember there were games he wasn't getting a lot of snaps. I remember people were complaining about it.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot of snaps at the beginning of the year. We were probably like, I think we were saying, where is he? There's no McKinney. Why is Julian Love not out there?
Yeah. So there was games they weren't playing him a whole lot.
Yeah. And they could have given us some snaps over there. They never did. Until the end of the year.
Yeah.
And you never know. Just because one guy's good one year doesn't mean he's going to be great the next. I mean, that's what film is for. That's why. All I'm
going to say is I think the proof's in the pudding. If they're bringing a cornerback in for a visit, it means that they're not super confident in Love.
Let's get them both. Let's get Adoree Jackson and let's get Let's just do it. Let's do it. Dave, I know you're watching. Make it happen. As I put on Twitter, all you got to do to get Kenny Golladay to sign, just take him out for pizza in New York. He's hooked. He can't leave. He can't leave if you give him New York pizza. Somebody said the Bears offered the money too. I said, man, New York pizza is way better than Chicago pizza. Come on.
It's not even close. It's not even close.
It's not close at all. David Kronz, thank you so much, man. Really, brother, I really appreciate it. He says, hope Golladay signs and Jackson would be an interesting addition. Would defensive tackle Atkins, I think he's talking about Geno Atkins, be a good fit on one-year deal to replace Tomlinson?
I have no idea what Geno Atkins would command. I know he's old. He used to be like the best defensive tackle in football, but let me take a quick look. I don't know. How old is he now? Geno Atkins is 33. He only played 8 games last year. Didn't start. I mean, I don't know. I think I'd rather draft an interior defensive lineman if I'm going to go that route, maybe in the 3rd round, maybe 2nd, 3rd round. So I don't know, man. I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, worry about these 2 guys that we got right now.
Yeah.
Get these 2 guys off the table. We don't need to do anything else. We would have done good, very good. But that doesn't mean they're done. It's been a very interesting week, for sure. It's been a very long week. I'm telling you, these weeks are getting longer as I count down to my damn vacation. These weeks are just getting longer. Like I said today, man, the minutes seem like hours today. Not just for waiting Kenny Galladay's decision and the Giants' decision, but at work too. It's like, can we move the day along, please? At least the weather's going to be nice up here for the next week. That'll help it go by a little bit faster.
When does your vacation start?
April 2nd.
Okay.
April 2nd until April 19th.
There you go. That's a nice little 2.5.
Yeah, that was very nice. It's very nice. Very nice. And I am taking a personal day on the 30th because 29th is the draft, and I'm drinking. And I'm laughing at the Eagles pick again. Let's go. Either way, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Really. KG just started following Step on Instagram.
You mean Shep, maybe? I think he meant. Shep. I'm guessing. Kenny Golladay, Shep.
I just started following Kenny Golladay myself.
There you go.
There you go. Why not? I have a feeling. Yeah. ISO Media, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really. Golladay, there you go. Golladay just followed Shep on Instagram just now. We got him. Maybe.
I mean, okay. And I see Cecil, by the way, say, Chris, I need you to tell me that I was right about Becton or bust last year. You were right about Becton or bust last year. I don't know. It was 1 year, but he looked really good. But I think Andrew Thomas is going to look really good this year too. But as far as that goes, it's a good sign. I'm not telling you it's not. but it's very possible he met Shep today. He's like, oh, there's a cool guy. I'm going to follow him on Instagram. He's probably at the meetings and things like that. So let's not say that's definitive, but it's a good sign.
Fix the O-line. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really. Parsons 1, Wyatt Davis 2, De'Ami Brown 3. Let's go. I'm a big Creed Humphrey guy myself.
I'm a big Wyatt Davis guy if you get him in round 2.
I'm a big Creed Humphrey guy for the line. Round 2. Maybe round 3. I don't know where Creed's going to fall to. But I've been touting Creed since he was a freshman in Oklahoma. So I like Creed, but
I would love Wyatt Davis.
Man, that's a hog right there. Yeah, Creed's nasty. I love Creed. I would love him to be the New York Giants center. I always like the Sooners, but Creed's going to be a beast. I love Creed. We missed out on him last year. We were looking at Tyler Biadasz. The Cowboys jumped us to get him. Cesar Ruiz went in the first round. Why not? They're still looking for a center. I know Nick Gates played well, but you can move Nick Gates back to his natural position, bring in Creed Humphrey.
It's an option.
Entertainer the Sauce God, really. He says, Baddog, you missed my super chat. Oh, man, I'm sorry. You didn't just super chat again, man. You could have just typed it in the I'm sorry. I figured I missed some because I'm doing it on and Chris has this problem too. Sometimes you can't go back far enough to get them, and I must have missed it when I was scrolling through. So, man, I'm sorry. I definitely don't mean to ever miss any of those because I appreciate that you guys do that for me. So I definitely don't mean to miss them. You didn't need to super chat again, but I really do appreciate it, man. Irish Rover, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really. Chris, Baddog and Chris love the dynamic duo. I think what a dynamic duo. Us or Kenny Golladay and Adoree Jackson. That's a dynamic duo. I think Kyle Rudolph Simon will make our offense legit. We get Golladay. DJ will show us he is our future quarterback. No excuses. Go Giants.
Yeah, listen. That I'll be the first to say that is a signing I did not expect. When I heard that the Giants were interested in Hunter Henry after he got signed by the Patriots, I was like, "What the hell?" That doesn't. I didn't think they'd be signing a tight end. And then when I find out they got Rudolph, at first I was kind of thrown aback. I'm like, "Wow,"
Yeah, I didn't get it at first either.
But then when I thought about it, I'm like, this actually makes a lot of sense. This offense last year sucked in the red zone. He's a sure-handed tight end. He's a really good blocker. And then I thought about him like Jason Garrett's system, Jason Witten. He plays a lot like Jason Witten, not so much Evan Ingram. Ingram's not really a true tight end. So I completely understand the signing. And then when I saw that it's only 2 years, $12 million, and I think only 4.5 goes against the cap this year, and like 5 points something the following year. I thought it was a really good signing. I think that's one of those signings, Baddog, similar to Blake Martinez last year, that when we initially signed him, everyone was like, what the hell? And a lot of people didn't like it. And I think I was
iffy about that too, the Blake Martinez one. I wasn't sure why they did that, but it ended up working out well.
I think at the end of the year, people are going to look back and they're going to be like, wow, I'm really glad we signed that guy.
I hope so. And again, I started thinking about it afterwards. I'm like, maybe that really does mean that they can move on from Ingram. Everyone's like, oh, Judge loves Ingram. But I'm always like, if you're looking to sell something, if you're looking to sell your house, you're going to be like, well, the foundation sucks. It's got termites. It's falling apart. You want to buy it? You're not going to say that. You're going to say, oh, this thing's in tip-top shape. It's a great house. You're going to love it, blah, 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 blah. So you get it for a higher price. You're not going to run the guy down so you can't.
Exactly.
And so, it would save them $6 million, and there's no guarantee that the Giants are bringing him back next year. Yep. So you definitely could see him traded on draft day. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it would save him $6 million, and he's a free agent at the end of the year anyway. Unless the Giants plan on keeping him there long term. That's a good possibility. Michael Jones, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really. The signings of Ross, Rudolph, and Golladay. Well, that hasn't happened yet, Michael. It's not going to happen. So let's hope, buddy. Let's hope. It's part of the stimulus package for Daniel Jones. And yes, he needs a stimulus package. I haven't got mine yet, but I'm waiting patiently.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm praying to God. Because like you just said, no excuses, man. There'd be no excuses this year, and that's all we want. I just want to see what he can do with weapons. It's all I've asked for. I'm a defensive guy, and all I've been talking about is getting offense for him this year. So I want to know, man. Sticky fingertips. Really, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. I wouldn't touch Parsons with Sandusky's 10 foot. Oh, harsh but fair.
I don't think they're drafting Parsons. And I like Parsons, but with all the stuff in the background, I don't think they're drafting.
The Giants don't usually go for those players. Yeah. Perfect Cowboy though. Perfect.
Yeah.
Jonathan JD, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really, KG plus Adoree, then draft Slater, NFC East champs. Well, I like the sound of that.
I like if he's there. I don't know if Slater will be there, but if we get these two, I'll be rooting to get Slater on draft night. He's a guy that a lot of people feel like can move right into that guard spot. I'd be very happy if we did that.
I would love it. I'm just excited for the next couple of days, man. I just want to hear Golladay sign, and then I'll be ecstatic, man. ISL Media, thank you again, man. Really appreciate it. Brilly. He says, I just started my own New York Giants channel, Giants Nation 79. Join the family. Very nice.
Awesome.
I love seeing new Giants content creators, man, because again, this team hasn't been good in a long time, and they still this fan base grows more than any other one out there. This is one of the tougher ones to make content for on a regular basis because they've been so bad. So that's why we always appreciate how much you guys support us, because we've been around for a couple of years now, and it's not been good. There's been a lot of ugly going on. And I'm not just talking about our faces for radio, Steven. You're still in here.
You plonker.
Yeah, what a Wally.
He made me tweet that today.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it on Twitter. I saw it. Joe Madden, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Brilly, my man says, if we get KG, we need to draft O-line Slater and Creed. Can you imagine getting both? That would be amazing. I can't see him going back to back. But
I don't think they would. But I definitely think they're taking. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm almost positive. No matter what happens the rest of this free agency, we're taking a lineman either round 1 or round 2 this year.
I think so.
I'm almost positive of that.
I have to agree.
If we get Golladay, that's assuming we get Golladay.
Yes, let's hope that happens.
Yeah.
Q-Dog, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really. What up, my 2 favorite Italian stallions? Isn't it that time of year? Excited? Isn't this time of year? What's in this beer? I have one beer. Isn't this time of year exciting or what? He says, I'm cool with Dave Gettleman signings. DJ will enjoy KG, man.
Kenny Golladay.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah.
Please. I want Daniel Jones to prove me wrong. I want Daniel Jones to say, yep, Baddog, you were right the first time. Stop teetering. Stop being a teeter-totter. I'm the man. I want Daniel Jones to say, Baddog, I'm the man. So then I can say, yes, you are the man. I want to say that at the end of the year. I talked to Jeffrey Abbey. Well, Jeffrey Abbey was in the stream the other night. I said, Jeffrey Abbey, we need him to succeed. I said, by the end of the year, I want Jeffrey Abbey to say his name and not his number. And even Jeffrey Abbey said, I also want to say his name by the end of the year. So there you go. So Jeffrey Abbey,
when I see him write Daniel Jones, I'm going to take a picture of that. And I'm going to post it on Twitter.
There you go. Lucas, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Brilly, our guy from Dan Under, good eye there in Australia, Saturday afternoon there. He says, I know people. Yeah, I know. My Australian accent's fantastic. Isn't Mike Glennon Napoleon Dynamite grown up? Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, his neck is he's a giraffe. He's a human giraffe. I think he's half giraffe, half human, actually.
He might be. The Giants like dopey-faced QBs.
Yeah.
I think they like that. I think that's part of the thing. Can you make the Eli face? they like that. They go, Entertainer the Sauce God. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Brilly. This is my 2 favorite YouTubers, Bad Diggity Diesel and my main man, Tainah. 100 KG. Kenny Golladay. What are you waiting for? Put the ink on paper and let's dominate this division.
Let's go, my man. Let's go.
You know what he's doing? He's getting as many meals as he can while he's in New York right now before he has to train for the season. Because if any of you do not live in New York and never been to New York, the food is really good.
What do you think? I was talking about this today in my stream. I don't know if you were there when I was talking about it. What do you think? Give me the meals, because they said it was, let's just say Gettleman was there too, because I don't know if he was. What do you think Judge, Gettleman, Garrett, and Golladay had for dinner last night, if you had to pick the dish?
For each of them?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay, for me, I went with Garrett. He seems like a bland guy. So I feel like it was something like
meatballs?
Like a plain hamburger. Something like that, and it's cooked like well done, like that. That's what I picture Garrett getting. Gettleman got the clam chowder. He got the New England clam chowder.
Judge got veal parm.
I think I could see veal parm for Judge.
Looks like a veal parm guy.
I could see veal parm for Judge, and for Golladay, I think I went with a steak.
Yeah, Golladay should get a steak. They probably told him to get a steak.
Yeah.
Why not? He is the steak of this draft class, so let's go. Or this free agent class, I should say. Kevin, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really, my man. He says you guys should get a weekly slot on the Michael K Show. Let's make it happen. I'd be down for that.
I'm okay. Get them off. Put us on.
I'm down for that. I am definitely down for that. No doubt. Tortoise Crane, thanks so much, my man. Really appreciate it. Brilly says, hey, man, Sultan from London here. Do we trade Ingram for pieces now that we have Rudolph? Tortoise Crane, I've been all about trading Ingram before we had Kyle Rudolph. So my answer is yes. I'm serious.
If you get something for him, I think they're open to it for sure. If they get something for him,
I think they can do it. Kazzy, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Brilly says, yo, Baddog, Chase or Pitts? No other option for us. You do think you all are picking. Who do you think you all are picking? I think Kazzy's an Eagles fan, if I'm not mistaken. Right? You're an Eagles fan?
Chase ain't going to be there. Oh, he's talking about for the Eagles.
I think he's an Eagles fan.
Okay.
I'd be honest. If you think – I'd go quarterback if I were you. I'm not BSing. Quarterback or lineman. I would take Penei Sewell if he was there for Jalen Hurts. You guys have no line.
I'm telling you right now.
But Pitts,
I think the Eagles
you're going offense, Pitts. You take Pitts.
I think the Eagles are going quarterback. I think the Eagles are going quarterback. I really believe that.
I think they should. But you should go Pitts.
Yeah.
He's a security blanket for a quarterback, like I said, and you have a young quarterback there, so I would definitely go. Oh man, I just messed that up. I just missed a bunch of these. I have to go back and look at them through.
Let me see. Let me see what you missed. Hold on.
I just missed everything pretty much after Jeremiah there, until I get to Dan Big Blue. Because I scrolled down, which was stupid. Jeremiah, man, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I saw you in Hot Take Hockey stream because Jeremiah, I remember asking you where you were in Alaska. There you go. Hot Take Hockey. Shout out to the legend, Hot Take Hockey. Jeremiah, I saw you in there tonight, Jeremiah. Thanks so much, man. Really, brother, really appreciate it. Did not know you were a Giants fan, though. That is awesome. He says, Giants fan in Alaska, Hot Take Hockey made me aware of the channel. Would you take Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson if you're the Giants GM? I just want to beat Dallas twice next season. Will be win-win. With all the allegations against Deshaun Watson, the sexual harassment, no. And the Bears offered Russell Wilson, or the Bears, from what I understand, offered Seattle. They offered Seattle what? 3 first-round picks and 2 players?
Something like that.
It wasn't enough.
The Russell Wilson stuff to me is clickbait. It's off-season garbage. Nobody has anything to talk about. I don't think they're trading Russell Wilson. And to be honest with you, Heather, how old is Russell Wilson now?
30-something?
31, 32?
31?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would. I would sooner see if Jones is the guy, and if he's not, I draft another quarterback.
Man, I'm mad at myself. I don't know where all these went, even when I'm
I can read them for you because I got them on my phone. Jonathan says, or Jotaman says, hey, guys, big fan of both. Have you all started to see some cocky Washington fans the past couple of weeks? I know they won the division, but still. Yeah. And I don't blame them. Like you said, they won the division. I think they're having a good offseason. I think Curtis Samuel was a really nice addition. I still definitely question their offensive line. Fitzpatrick's an upgrade, but they didn't really have much to begin with. So, and they have a good defense. So, and they added a really nice cornerback, the guy that I actually really wanted from Cincinnati. So, yeah, I think they got a good team, but they're definitely not unbeatable. I think we're definitely on par with them if we get Kenny Golladay. So
absolutely, because I still don't believe in Ryan Fitzpatrick as their quarterback.
Yeah.
I found it now. Kenny 2 NYG, man. Thanks so much. Brilly says, what do you think our record will be with all the new additions, free agency, and the upcoming draft? We haven't got Golladay yet, so if we are able to get him 10-6, I thought that before this offseason.
Yeah. And you missed one, by the way, but I'll read it in a second because maybe you don't see it. Again, it's impossible to pick the record for me until I see, and it's going to be 17 games, but until I see the draft. But I can guarantee this, unless and again, there may be injuries before the year starts, whatever. But what and I lost the super chat, I think. But what I could tell you is, I think a minimum of 8 wins. That's my expectations as of now. A minimum of 8 wins. If they have a good draft, I'm probably going to be around 10 wins.
Yeah. Dan Big Blue, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. If I missed super chats, guys, I'm sorry. I scrolled up on the damn StreamYard.
Yeah, let me read a couple because I see them. I might have missed one. Steve only says, I'm still here. You guys been here longer than dirt.
This is true.
And Tyler says, is there any scenario where we still draft Pitts?
They trade Ingram. I just don't think Pitts is going to get to us. And now that we got Rudolph, I don't see Kyle Pitts in our future. I just don't. I don't.
If we don't trade Ingram, there's a 0% chance.
Right.
0% chance. And even if we trade Ingram, I'll put it at like 10%. I don't think we're drafting him. Yeah. And like you said, I think there's like a 20% chance he'll even be there when we pick. I think he's going to be gone. I think somebody's going to take him. There was actually word that came out that the Atlanta Falcons are showing a lot of interest in him at 4.
Yeah. I just missed Dan Big Blue's super chat. Is that
I got it. You pulled it up.
I pulled it up. Okay, yeah. So that's not the one I saw. Adam Troy, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Brilly says this may not mean anything, but Kenny Golladay just followed Shep on Instagram.
Yeah, we heard that earlier.
You did hear that. That's crazy, though. So that may tell you something. He wasn't following before. He starts following all the Giants. He'll definitely know something. And Blue, thanks so much. We really appreciate it. Brilly, look how many days it took to get Leonard Williams' contract to get done. Big prices take time. You guys are great. Been watching you since the DJ reaction. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. And I think a lot of people found us through the DJ reaction.
Yeah, something and down. He's absolutely right, though. I mean, good GMs. If the fans were the GMs, the team would suck because the fans would rush to the table.
True.
And they would just sign the first thing they saw, and that's how you overspend.
Yeah.
And the Giants got it right. They were patient. They've gotten these guys on cost-effective deals. They filled holes. They only had to commit 3 years to Leonard Williams. Had they rushed, they might have to give him 4 or 5 years. So he's right. It takes time to get something done that makes both the player and the team happy. Yeah, we overpaid a little bit per year, but it's only a 3-year commitment. We could get out after 2 years. Yep. He's only a $7 million hit off the $25 million salary year 3. So if he's not performing well, it saves you $18 million on the cap.
Save us $8 million this year.
Yeah,
off the franchise tag.
Well, yeah, off the franchise tag. So I think it worked out. And you got a lot of times you got to judge the market. You can't just rush to the table.
Yeah, Manifesto INS. Really, Judge just got a dirty water dog because it represents New York.
That's right.
There you go. And if I missed any guys, I'm sorry. This is just the StreamYard thing is tough because
I'm gonna read it because I think you did miss one here.
Okay.
Adam Troy with a $5 donation says this may not mean it. Oh no, you actually read that.
I did read that one.
Okay. Let me just make sure you didn't skip anybody else. Nope, you're good.
Okay. Junie Gyllenhaal, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really, thanks so much for the 5. Much appreciated. Connor Kenway, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really, would you guys have a DJ-esque meltdown if we took Russo at 11? No. I certainly would lose it if we reached like that. I wouldn't be happy, but you'll probably never. I said that before. The Daniel Jones thing for me was a perfect storm. Both Chris and I really wanted. We really wanted. I did read that one already. We both really wanted Josh Allen and didn't think he'd fall to us. And when the Raiders took Clelin Ferrell, we're like, oh my God, we're going to get Josh Allen. And it didn't happen. And then we thought he reached, and then the rest is history. But I don't think you'll ever get that kind of reaction out of me again. Although my Eli Apple draft rant, which is on my page, that was close. That was the day after. I was more mad at Eli Apple than I was Daniel Jones.
Yeah, plus I think it was because it was a quarterback. That's such an important position. And at the time, we felt like that again, we didn't even hate Jones. I'll be fully admit I wasn't in love with him. But we thought at the time of the draft, before you have it's a reaction video for a reason. It's your initial reaction. Before we have the ability to hear everything after the fact, we thought on the night of the draft, we'd be able to get Daniel Jones at 17. So that is even more of a reason why I flipped out, because I was like, why would you take him at 6 when you could have got it at 17? So I think that added to as well. But no, you're not going to get a Daniel Jones reaction out of me in this draft unless something ridiculous happens. And even though I wouldn't be in favor of Greg Rousseau, I could at least understand it. Right. So you're not going to get that kind of reaction from me.
Yeah. It's like I said, that was a perfect storm. Anthony Ojeda, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Really, man. Baddog and Tainah, I'm currently doing a mock draft on the Draft Network. I have Pitts, Devontae, and Parsons that are all available 11. If we sign KG, who would y'all pick between those 3? Pitts for me. I'm a Pitts.
Is there a cornerback or offensive lineman available? But all 3 of those guys are really good. I'd probably take, again, if none of the backstory was there, I'd probably take Parsons. I don't see how you could take Pitts if Ingram's still on the roster. But if Ingram was off the roster, yeah, maybe I take Pitts. But with Ingram on the roster, I don't know how you could take him.
You trade him.
Yeah, if you could trade him. But if not, maybe I Smith or Parsons. But I wouldn't be if they got Golladay. I'm looking corner or O-line with that pick. But Devontae Smith be hard to pass up.
Yeah, understandable. Nathan McCartney, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Really, really. We get Kenny Golladay, and the NFC East will need Faruqi. There you go.
Fish responds to the Entertainment Talking Sports.
What? Thanks so much, man. Really, really. He says, do you think it's likely Adoree Jackson would take a discount because of Logan Ryan? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I read something.
A discount because of the cap. Honestly.
Yeah, that too. But I read something on Twitter today. I forgot who. I think it was the guy from CBS, Rosenblatt. He came out with a good quote. It was a couple of years ago when he was playing with Logan Ryan. He loves Logan Ryan. He was talking about how much he loved playing for him, how good of a leader he is, how much he respects him. Logan Ryan obviously came out and said he was going to recruit players. And my guess is that's a big reason why Adoree Jackson's coming in for a visit.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man.
Yeah. NY Giants 26, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really, really. And again, you didn't have to super chat again, man. I'm sorry. I missed. He says, Baddog missed my super chat earlier. Apparently on Twitter, the Giants send Kenny to the hospital to make sure he's healthy. And why it's taking so long, I don't know.
I'm going to look on Twitter right now. I'm curious myself, but keep going.
Well, I was just going to say, I think that, again, he's just such a big investment. You want to make sure all your I's are dotted, all your T's are crossed. You want to make sure everything is 100% ready to go when the season starts. Because you don't want to waste the money. You don't want to give this guy 3 years, $42 million, and then, not get him or not have him produce. Then everybody would definitely kill Gettleman.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Maxwell said we could have gotten him 17. I don't think so, Jeremiah. I think Denver and Washington. I know Washington wanted Daniel Jones. He wasn't getting by Washington. He may have got by Denver. He was not getting by Washington.
Yeah.
I don't think that after reading everything that I read as far as that goes.
I don't either.
Neither. Tyler Stack, thank you for the super chat. We really appreciate it. Really, really. If we sign Golladay and Adoree and we draft O-line in round 1 or 2, specifically, who could it be and which position on the O-line would he play?
I mean, obviously, to me, it's got to be if it's in the first round, you're hoping Rashawn Slater's there, and he's capable of moving to the guard. You may leave him at tackle, depending on how you feel about Parrott. But I think he would probably start at guard next year because you also have Solder on this roster. That doesn't mean he can't ultimately become the right tackle. And Vera Tucker, I think he'd be next in line. A lot of people feel like Vera Tucker, who is a tackle, I've read many people say that they feel like he'd be a better guard. So those are two options in the first. Right. And then in the second, Wyatt Davis, he's a guy I've talked about a lot. There's other guys, but Wyatt Davis is a guy I like a lot if he'd be there in the second round. But and Creed Humphreys, guy you brought up, could play center, and you'd move Gates over to the guard spot. So those are some of the names.
Love Creed, man. Creed is the freaking man. I just love Creed. Sergio, thank you so much. Really, really. Chris Baddog, give me a blow job. I'm honey. Okay. You got one in every crowd, Chris. You got more.
You might have more than one tonight.
Well, you never know. Billy Brower, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Billy is a big fan of both you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Much respect to both of you. Thank you, Billy.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that very much, man. We really do. We got over 1,050 people in here again. If you haven't done so, guys, hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. More importantly, make sure you go into the description. The link to the Entertainment Talking Sports is in there. We do this show every week. We alternate channels. So we also going to do the draft together. We do every Giants game together. So we're kind of a package deal. Sub one up, sub the other up. Spaghetti and meatballs, peanut butter and jelly, whatever the hell you like. I don't know, Doritos and mustard. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat.
Doritos and mustard? What the hell are you eating?
Never had a Dorito and mustard sandwich?
I don't like Doritos, period. So.
Whoa, we can't be friends.
Yeah, I'm not a Doritos guy. I'm a cheese doodles guy.
How do you not like Doritos?
I'm not a Doritos guy. A Doritos guy. I don't know. Is that weird?
No, it's not weird. It's just they're Doritos.
Okay, so all right, so I'm reading the New York Post tweet that New York Giants 26 just added me. According to Schwartz of the New York Post, the Giants sent Golladay to the hospital for special surgery to get checked out on Friday. Probably explains why things seemed a little long today. Also added that the Giants are confident that a deal can be reached. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sounds good for us. Annotated the Sauce God, thank you so much. Really, really, man, I really appreciate it. He says Washington plays the first place schedule and Fitztragic stinks. I'm not scared of Washington, honestly, but their fans are getting really cocky. You know what's funny? Because I've been on YouTube longer than Chris. They got really cocky in 2015 too when they won the division at 9-7. They got really cocky, like they were going to start running everything, and then we swept their ass in 2000. Oh no, we didn't sweep them, but we knocked them out of the playoff in 2016, and we beat them every year. So I don't know why they're cocky to us. We beat their ass every year. They can't beat us. Let them talk. Here, hold my broom. That's what you say to them. Here, hold my broom. You know what I mean? Sox Arizona, thanks so much. Really appreciate it, brother. Brilly. He just started a channel as well, which I didn't even know, but I subscribed to it. So check out Sox Arizona, even if he is a Red Sox fan. I guess I can give him a break. He's a good guy. He says, appreciate you two. Have a beautiful night, gentlemen. Thank you, sir. We'll have a really beautiful night if we can get Kenny Golladay here tomorrow. Sweet
appreciate it, my
team. Definitely. John McNeil, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Brilly. Yahoo Sports Oil verified he passed the eye, physical, and judge test.
Yeah, no, I heard that. I forgot who tweeted, but a couple people tweeted that today. He passed everything. It's about the contract now.
Yeah. And 3 years, $42 million. I saw you mention that on Twitter. Yeah.
That's maybe 45, but I think it's going to be in that range.
As long as it's 3 years or less, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I can live with that. New York Giants 26, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Really. Chris, I added you on Twitter. Check it out.
I just did. Brought it up. Yeah.
Michael Mathis, thank you, sir. Mathis, thank you so much. Really, man, I really appreciate it. At this point, I think Judge killed Golladay for asking too much money, and Gettleman buried his body with Jimmy Hoffa. You never know. I think Gettleman has mob ties.
Giants trying to cover up a murder.
They could be. I mean, listen, Chris has lawyers for a sponsor, so why not? Faruqi going to get a lot of business.
They're worried about Kenny. You know what, Kenny, if you're watching, I know you've had injury problem. Check him out.
Hey, Duran Osmond, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. If true, does Parsons drop like Lael Collins? It'll be interesting to see where he drops to.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting. It happens every year. Every year you got a superstar come out and there's some kind of backstory that makes their stock draft drop. Every year. It happened with Randy Moss. It happened with Lael Collins. It happened with Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah. Warren Sapp too, didn't it?
Sapp, right. It happens to a lot of players. Yep. A lot of, especially this day and age. Social media and everything, man. You can't get away with anything. Dominic Pacheco, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really says, love our defense. It's only going to get better when Carter and X-Man come back along with McKinney getting more time. Love both your channels. # dynamic duo. Thank you, Dominic, man.
Appreciate it, Tom.
Really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the support that you guys show. I say that at the end of every show, but I can never say it enough. I can't believe that this show is where it is. It's just unbelievable, man. Best fan base on YouTube is the New York Giants fan base.
Yeah, incredible.
There's no doubt in my mind. It's unbelievable. So really appreciate it, man. Justin Hubner, thanks so much. Brilly. He says, KG, Kenny Golladay even has the Giants in his name. Kenny N.Y. Golladay. Yes, that's nice.
There you go.
I like that.
That's a good hashtag.
Very nice. That is a good hashtag, Justin. Better patent that or something before people start taking his stuff like they do to me all the damn time. So, Chris, it's only a matter of time someone's going to start taking your basketball stuff. Just be aware of that.
Dribbling and bibbling?
Somebody's going to take it. Nobody was using Dynamite for THT. Now Lakers Nation uses it. That's like the biggest Lakers channel I know. All of a sudden, they're talking about Dynamite, even saying it like that. I know they watch. Stop stealing my shit.
You're gonna want to skip. You're gonna want to skip over this next super chat, but you could.
We can have a threesome. I don't swing that way. I'm married, but I pass.
Even if you were female, I don't do the Eiffel. I don't do it with another dude. So
yeah, I'll pass.
That's a pass for me. It's a pass for me, Sergio.
Yeah, pass. I pass.
Yeah.
But you know what? You should go to like an Eagles channel or something. They're into that, I hear.
I'll tell you what. There are plenty of Eagles channels on YouTube where they get down like that. So you want to going over to Lord Brunson, Philly 500. You'll find plenty of fans in there that'll get into that.
Yeah, the Eagles. Yeah. That's where you need to be.
Yeah.
Raphael Machado, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Says Chris and Baddog will be the perfect realistic contract for Golladay if we sign him. I think we kind of mentioned that.
I mean, I guess like 3 years, 39, I'd be going nuts. But I think 342 is about as good as you're going to get. I think it's going to be between 42 and 48 on a 3-year deal.
Yeah. Alois Sia, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Brilly says, I'll let Kenny sleep with my wife if he joins. Dad, I thought I was doing something for the team by locking him in my garage. This guy's offering his wife to Kenny Golladay.
You know what? That's I don't know. You know, maybe him and his wife ain't getting along, but that's a sacrifice. Maybe it's something that he wants though. So who knows? But yeah. That's dedication though.
No doubt. D Grant says Baddog will drink himself till he turns blue. Then you really represent Giants colors. Yeah, actually, I'm going to take a second because I don't know what's going on up there with my son right now. So let me take a break.
I'll talk to the chat. Go do what you got to do. I'll talk to the chat.
I'll be right back. I don't know what's going on. I'll be right back.
Ryan O'Donnell says, did you know that we've drafted 3 out of the 5 Senior Bowl? Yes, I did know that. And that's always the running joke every time there's a Senior Bowl that Dave Gettleman's going to draft the next Senior Bowl MVP. I did know that, actually. Yes. Daniel Jones was the MVP. We drafted the MVP the year before as well. Yeah, I did know that. And I'm not gonna be able to pull up your comments because it's on Baddog. I don't think I can anyway. Let me see. Yeah, I can't, but I'll read it from the phone. But thank you once again to everybody for being here. I've been live a lot this past week. It's been a lot of fun. I'm gonna be doing more of those midday streams in season, like I said today, maybe around draft time too, the week leading up to the draft. But it's been a lot of fun, and thank you guys for all the support you guys always show on the channel. Waddle or Slater at 11. If we get Golladay, I think I'm leaning more towards something other than a wide receiver. Me personally, I think that's where I'm leaning. I think we've brought in a lot of weapons.
All right, sorry about that. I don't know what the hell is going on there. I just heard him crying. I was like, what the hell is going on? Said, his tablet died. I said, it's 11 o'clock. Oh. Yeah. So he must have been watching it in his bedroom, and when it died, that was the end of that. So speaking of drinking myself until I turn blue, here's to you. Here's to you, chat. One more for the road.
There you go.
Let's go.
I saw Adam ask me, what's up, Squencer? I saw Adam ask me, are you doing mock draft soon? I can't speak for Bad. I know Bad Dog doesn't, but what are we doing? I'm going to be doing a lot of live mock drafts. I know we said we're going to probably do a live mock draft on one of our shows leading up to it. But I'm probably going to have my next mock draft up in about maybe 4 or 5 days, maybe a week tops, because I always like to wait and, let free agency completely fill out and then analyze all the team's needs and then do a mock draft. So I'll have one up probably within a week after free agency is completely done with. I'll probably have one up within a week.
Right. Iceman says, do you think Raglan will start alongside Martinez? He kind of fell out of the starting rotation in Detroit.
He might start. I think it depends on the type of team we're playing. I really do. I think if it's like a run heavy approach, our team's a run heavy team, yeah, he'll probably start. And he's not gonna get a starter's amount of snaps. I think they're gonna be very versatile. They're gonna play Peppers in the box at times. Maybe they bring Crowder in. Maybe he's better in coverage. Raglan's not really known for being a great coverage linebacker. He's more like a David Mayo, like a downhill, good against the run type linebacker. But yeah, I think he's definitely gonna get playing time. But Patrick Graham's going to come with a lot of different packages, but he's certainly going to be involved in it.
Yeah, I agree. Scrumster, I let Golladay out of my garage. I only let him out because he said he would go talk to the Giants. Like I said, I did my part. Now it's up to the New York Giants brass to get him signed. I did my part. I got him there. So, Lou Mateo, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really, yo, Bad Dog, are you pissed off about the Rudolph contract? I'm not now. When I heard it was 2 years, $14 million, I was like, that's too much. Then I heard 2 years, $16 million. Like, what are they doing? Then I hear 2 years, $12 million, and it's only a $4.75 million cap hit. And it also made me think that they really could make Evan Ingham expendable and get the money right back for extra draft capital. I was fine with it. I liked it after I found out all the details. When I reported that initially, I went with Mike Garofalo Garofalo, however you say his name. I just read his tweet. And he even said those numbers aren't set in stone. He said 2 for 14. Then I heard it was 2 for 16 from everybody else, and it wasn't. So, no, I actually don't.
I'm curious because I want to look this up myself because I thought about him when the Giants made the signing. We signed Rhett Ellison. Remember that?
Yes.
And he also came from Minnesota. We brought him in to be mainly a blocker. And I'm curious to see what we paid him. And keep in mind, we signed him in 2017.
4 years,
which was Jerry Reese's last year. So is that what it was? It
was 4 years, $18 million for him, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see.
I think that's what it was, though.
maybe a little. He's only played 3 years with the Giants, but maybe they cut him. I think they did cut him last year in the final year of his contract. So it was all right. So it was 4 years, $18 million, and that was in 2017 when the market was lower. So that was probably more equivalent to like 25 now. So like 4 years, $24 million, maybe $6 million a year. And it was a 2 more years worth of commitment. Kyle Rudolph's a much better player than Red Ellison. Yeah. So I don't think it's a bad deal at all.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Like I said, once I found out the details, I was completely fine. Mr. Finesse, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Really, really. Gentlemen, I appreciate your grind and you share my love for the Giants. Let's take one shot together. I'm doing 1748. How about you two? Well, I'll have a sip of Murphy's Irish Scott for you, my man.
I got no beer on me right now, Finesse, but I'll have another beer with you tomorrow.
There you go. Rolly, our boy Rolly, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really, really. He says he better hope his wife ain't white. You know the saying, once you go black, yeah, she would be gone. I've never had to worry about it, Rolly, since I was told I look like Dwayne Haskins, so I guess I'm good to go.
That's my mistake. I forgot, guys. I saw like 8 people say, yeah, he retired. But he was off the team. But, yeah, he retired. We were going to cut him. We were definitely going to – I remember doing videos on that. We were going to cut him if he didn't retire. But, yeah, I remember that, yes.
Boldy. Eddie Vasquez, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Really, really, my man. Much respect, fellas. I'll be on the comments on the vids while parked in my patrol car. Oh, it's always good to have a cop on our side. Chris has lawyers and policemen. Don't mess with this guy. I just know guys who know guys. Don't mess with me either. But he says, B. Cleveland, offensive guard, offensive guard, outside go. What is that? That is offensive guard.
Guard, yeah.
Yeah. Second and third round, 6'6", 355. Monster. Love what you do. Thank you, Eddie. Really appreciate that, man. And hey, if you are a cop, man, thank you for what you do. You know.
Yeah, a lot of people like Cleveland. A lot of people in my streams have brought him up as a potential second or third round pick. Yeah, so another guy to keep your eye on.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Frank Notaro, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. Really, really. You guys rock. Should have takeover when we're in Philadelphia this year.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Imagine if we organized a tailgate.
Philadelphia's a nasty place.
Yeah, nasty people.
They don't like me.
But the problem going to that, we'll probably lose because they're going to get Deshaun Watson and then they're going to get Pat Mahomes.
Right. And when Deshaun Watson gets in trouble, then they'll just get Russell Wilson.
Then they'll get Russell Wilson and be Pat Mahomes' backup. And they'll be throwing a Tyreek Hill. I think they also said they were going to get Devontae Adams. And Derrick Henry, from what I heard, is also going to be on the Eagles this year. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to beat them.
Christian McCaffrey's also going to make it.
Aaron Donald, too, they just got, I heard.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
And somehow Leonard Williams is just going to switch locker rooms for that game, and he's going to go over there. And Vince Lombardi's going to coach the whole thing, from what I heard. So
yeah,
they're going to be very tough this year. They'll be 19-0 as they are every year. 23-0 because they don't lose a preseason game either. They're hilarious, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got to take a shot at them every damn time. I hate the Eagles. There's a lot of good Eagles. There's a lot of great Eagles fans in our streams. Some of our best supporters are Eagles and Cowboys fans. And that's why I love the community, because it's fun and it's all in good fun. But I'm telling you, man, I know where some of these Eagle fans get their content. Talking about Jalen Hurts is the man. What are you talking about? Jalen Hurts is better than Daniel Jones. Jalen Hurts played 4 games, had a 52% completion percentage, and threw almost 3% interception rate. And they had no film on him. Yeah. He got pulled against Washington for Nate Sudfeld. Will you tell me? We did that on purpose to tank? Well, that makes you look really bad. Yeah. But you only had 7 points with him in there. He's not good. And Eagle fans, I'm just hating on Jalen Hurts because he's an Eagle. That's not true. You can ask Chris. You can ask anybody. I didn't like him before he was drafted. I was not a Hurts guy. I'm an Oklahoma fan, so I know all about him.
And let's be real, they drafted him to be a backup. There was no way they gave Carson Wentz that extension and the amount of money that they did and intended for him to be a starter. I thought he'd be the backup.
Right. Yeah. Remember, Carson Wentz was in the first year of a new contract.
Yeah.
That's not what was going on there. Jalen Hurts ain't the guy. And as one of your guys mentioned, Chris, you said that I forgot who it was, said you don't tank to go 9th to 6th to draft the wide receiver.
Oh, Jake, yeah.
You do it for a quarterback, and it's good. It's possible because probably Lawrence is gone, and then I'm guessing Zach Wilson. But then you're going to have Justin Fields and Trey Lance. Trey Lance runs the same school as Carson Wentz. So it's very possible that's what they do. No. I don't care. Whatever they do, we're going to laugh at them draft night. You guys are going to want to miss draft night. That's going to be fun. You want to hang out with us for 20 hours on the weekend. So tell your wives, tell your kids, tell your friends that, nope, not doing nothing, honey. Nope, not doing nothing. Kristen and Baddog are streaming the draft. You mark your calendars down now, April 29th to May 1st. This is where you're going to be, right?
Fun.
All right.
It's going to be fun.
I'll be here. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Really. By tomorrow, boys, he'll be signed. How long are you staying on tonight? We usually go to like 12, 15.
Yeah. Usually 10 or 15 minutes after 12. Yep.
New York for life. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really. If Golladay does sign, party at Cuomo's mansion or office. You bring him up here. I mean, Cuomo's office isn't too far from where I reside. It's about half an hour south of me. So
Cuomo's office is going to be in Sing Sing soon.
Good.
He's going to be cellmates with Deshaun Watson.
And as Roldy said, that'll be the end of Cuomo, right, Roldy? Queese, thanks so much. Really appreciate it, man. Really, brother. Thoughts on the Eagles signing Anthony Harris to a 1-year, $5 million deal for Vikings?
I think it was a good signing. I was going
to say, I'm kind of indifferent about it, but they definitely need secondary help.
Yeah.
I just love how they just think that their cap is, all of a sudden their cap space is fine. They don't understand that they have more dead cap than like salary right now. And that just gets worse as you restructure and push these back, which is why the Giants don't like to restructure. This is a different season, though, with the way the cap. We lost, $16.5 million? What was it last year? 198, 199? Was it 199?
I think it was 198 this year. It's 182.5.
Okay, so we lost $15.5 million.
15.5, yeah.
So different story this year, but the Eagles have been doing that for years. So they're going to be in a cap crunch for the foreseeable future. They do get Carson Wentz's contract off the books after this year. That'll help them somewhat, but they backloaded a lot. But, yeah, I don't think I'm not going to get on. That wasn't a bad move at all. Irish Rover, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Really, man. He says, I absolutely hate the Cowboys. Every time I hear America's team, I want to puke. It's fun being a Giants fan in Texas. Oh. It's like Dire Giants fan. He's a Giants fan in Pennsylvania.
I think it's harder for Dire Giants fan because there are Cowboys fans no matter where you live.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
They're like cockroaches. They're everywhere. In Philly, you got to deal with the Eagles fans and the Cowboys fans.
That's right.
So I think it's harder.
No cockroaches.
Yeah, because there's no Eagle fans in Dallas. They don't care. They don't care about the Eagles outside of Philadelphia.
No, they don't. There's very few Eagles fans up here. My best friend growing up, he was an Eagles fan because of Randall Cunningham. So there was always a lot of trash talking that went on. I told you, one of my best friends is an Eagles fan. One of my best friends is a Red Sox fan.
That's brutal.
It's rough. It's rough being a Yankee and a Giant fan. Anthony Ojeda, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really, brother. Thank you, man. He says, this was my final mock draft with no trades. Linebacker Parsons at 11. Inside linebacker Wyatt Davis. Wide receiver.
I saw his first 3 picks. That's a grand slam.
There it is. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
He's a good receiver. I don't think he'll be in the 3rd round, but he's a good receiver.
Elijah Griffith. See, this is one thing that's going to hurt me. Last year when wide receiver Emir Smith, Marset, and edge Joshua Kando. What do y'all think? Well, Chris just told you. The first 3 picks, slam dunk.
Yeah, I love those first 3 picks. Wyatt Davis is like my dream 2nd round pick this year. I'm praying he's there at 4. If we don't take an offensive lineman in the 1st, I'm praying he's there. Parsons is a beast. And, a lot of people have St. Brown going in the 2nd round. So you end up with those 3. That's a really good draft.
Yeah, I would be. Well, I guess we would get a wide receiver in the 3rd round. But what I was going to say is last year I was working from home. So I had a lot more time to study the draft. These are going to be like what is it when you call cramming? It's going to be a lot of cramming for me to look at. I haven't even gotten into like looking at the draft stuff yet. But it's just it's hard to find time, man. It's hard for me to find
I was more into it last year because you had the combine and everything else. So it kept me more in tune with some of the later prospects. But I've started to do some research, and St. Brown is definitely the one guy that I really like as a 2nd round. If we miss out on Golladay, which I don't think we're gonna, but if we did, I think Terrace Marshall will be. He's kind of like Golladay.
Yeah.
He's 6'4". He's a 50-50 guy. So if we didn't get Golladay, I'd be in favor of trying to get Marshall in the 2nd round.
Yeah, a lot of guys like Terrence Marshall. That's a name I've heard a lot. I do not live in Long Island. I live in Saratoga County, which is upstate New York.
I live in Long Island.
But
on Long Island.
Yeah, you're saying it wrong though. It's Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Island. Long Island.
Right. I live on Long Island.
Longisland. Long Island. That's how you say that. Where'd that go? Where are we? Welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk, man. Thanks so much for the super chat. Brilly says, what up with Kenny Golladay and these sleepovers? I have a little slumber party. I think guys I don't have a slumber party with, but
him and Dave get. I think you skipped. I don't know if you skipped him. I just want to make sure you. Justin Martinez. Are either you going live for the Golladay saga? Did you get that?
I did. I got it now. Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure you didn't miss it. Okay.
No, I did get that now.
Okay.
Like I said, I have the Lakers tomorrow afternoon.
I'll be going live. I'll be going live.
I'll be throwing a freaking. We're doing a video, but
yeah.
I got the Lakers at 3:30, and then I don't know what the hell the rest of the day brings. But if I'm sitting around, I'll just tell Chris, let me the hell in your chat, and we'll just hang out. Let's do that. Big Pat Sports Talk. Here we go. Brilly, what up with KG and these sleepovers? Oh, he likes New York, man. I
said it in my stream today. I think him and Gettleman have bunk beds, from what I heard. I think Gettleman's on the bottom and Galladay's on the top. I hope not, because then there's no way Golladay is going to sign here. Imagine having to spend the night in a room with Dave Gettleman. That guy, his snores have to be so loud.
I'm just thinking he smells like mothballs. I don't know why. He looks like he smells of mothballs, Chris. I don't know what it is. He just does. Exhorter, man, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, brother. Really, you're the man. I'm sure I'll see you in the Lakers stream tomorrow, my man. He says, this has got to be the year that Daniel Jones can man up, remain cool, and clutch the whole season. I'm looking for a noticeable growth spurt in his leadership. With these weapons, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It has to.
I think he's going to take a step up this year. I really do. So we'll see.
Please. We need Daniel Jones to take a step up.
Yeah.
Big time.
I think he will.
Matt LaSalle, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. So sick of ESPN trashing Big Blue. Keep sleeping. They all trash us.
Don't care. I want them to trash us. Let them trash us. That's when we're at our best.
They trashed us in 2007. They trashed us in 2011. We all know how that turned out, right?
Yeah, let them trash us. I don't care.
That's pretty good.
Last year, everybody said we were going to win 2 games last year.
That's right. Johnny Laterno, thank you, man. I really appreciate that so much, brother. Cheers. There's one of the best Eagles fans you're ever going to find. We both love Johnny. Johnny is a great supporter of both of our channels, and he is the man. He says, Stella! And stand up. The Up Tainah, y'all are the best. I hope your Giants that will stink will eat your words about it. And hopefully the Eagles will sweep the Giants. So keep talking trash, Chris. Mets will lose to my Phillies. Everybody underestimates my teams. It's going to bite. Johnny, I love you. The Eagles stink, bro.
And Johnny, I love you. Mets are kicking the Phillies' ass this year. You can take it to the bank.
I always said whenever Johnny brings up the Phillies, I'm like, I have no problem with the Phillies. I hate the Red Sox. I don't mind the Phillies at all. The Eagles, that's a different story. Johnny, you're a great man, but you'd be even greater if you just become a Giants fan, man. Become a Giants fan.
Yeah, and we'll take you with the Mets too.
Ask us to be Eagles fans. We should try to make him a Giants fan.
I said our fans. I guarantee you this. I will guarantee you this, John. I promise you. If the Giants ever win a Super Bowl, you will never see one of our fans eat horse shit. The Eagles, that happened. So if you become a Giants fan, you won't have to worry about that. You won't have to worry about the embarrassment. We have classier fans. So if you want to come root for a team that their fans after a Super Bowl victory don't storm the streets and look for the nearest, police horse to shovel the shit out of his ass. If you don't have to deal with that, you come over to the New York Giants. We'll take care of you. Morales says, Gettleman smells like overheated chicken tendies. I honestly don't know what it is. He really looks like he would smell like mothballs. I don't know if it's his clothes. I don't know if it's because he's like 70 years old.
He just seems like he would be a mothballing type of guy. I don't know, man. Scott Gelano, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Really, we are at our best when the networks are bashing our Giants.
Love it.
I love it too. Wait till we get. Let's. I did this Wednesday night, man. I was doing this stream to be able to talk football, man. I was getting pumped up, and we're getting ready for football. I mean, baseball hasn't even started yet, but all this football talk got me pumped up for the damn season because I just love what the Giants are doing in this offseason, man. If we can hit that home run with Kenny Golladay, and then you bring in Adoree, I don't know what I'll do. Like I said, I'll need to change my shorts. I have a mess prematurely over here. Mike Gorga, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Really, good morning football said DJ was the worst quarterback in the East. Kay Adams has been fake tanning too much. It's ruined her brain.
Let me think. He's better than Hurts. He was better than Wentz last year. I mean, Wentz was horrible.
Better than Fitzpatrick.
Well, he means this. Oh, I was thinking last year. They're saying this upcoming year, because I thought I said was the worst. But if they're talking about this upcoming, but either way, he's not the worst. So I completely disagree with that.
Well, he wasn't worse than Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The Earl says all these great player moves, and yet it still comes down to Daniel Jones' improvement. Hello, Saratoga. There we go. Saratoga. Right. Anybody ever been to the Saratoga racetrack in the summer? You got to go. If you've never been to the Saratoga racetrack in the summer, you got to do it.
I've been to Belmont. Never been. That's the only one I've ever been to. I've been to Belmont.
Saratoga, man. It's gorgeous. It's a very nice area. The summer and the fall, it's unbelievable. The winter and the spring kind of suck because spring is – well, though – spring is actually here now. It's supposed to be really nice up here. It's supposed to be in the high 50s and low 60s for the next week. I'll take it. And sunny. Sunny and 61 in March up here.
The weather's been playing with me. Like 5 days ago, it was like 65, and then the next day it was like 30. I was like, what the hell's going on here? It's been playing with me.
Same thing. It happened here, too.
Yeah.
It was like 57 and went to 25. Yeah. It's
like
that day. The Earl says, Chris, would you trade Obi Toppin for Lonzo Ball?
Yes. In a second. It would cost more than that, but in a second.
Obi Toppin's been a disappointment.
And we need a point guard.
Yeah, they do need a point guard. That's for sure. Yeah. Rutgers just beat Clemson. Perfect. I had them in my bracket. Of course, I had Ohio State in my bracket today.
Well, everybody had Ohio State. Everybody had Ohio. It was just a matter of how far you had them go. How far did you have them going?
I don't know. I left my bracket at work. I got an Uncle Lou's bracket this morning. And Syracuse is molly-whopping San Diego State. Rutgers beat Clemson. Nova's up by 9. West Virginia's up by 7. I picked Oregon State to beat Tennessee today. That happened. The only game I think I lost today, oh, my God, Syracuse from 30 feet out in 62-35, and I hate Syracuse.
Yeah, I'm not a Syracuse. I'm a St. John's guy. I don't like Syracuse, but they're always good.
They're crushed them. But, guys, ask your questions out there if you got any questions. Squumpster says, what do you guys do besides YouTube? I work for finance department in New York State. So,
and I'm a stripper.
Yes. My job is it's not very physical, but man, oh man, I can tell you what. And I love numbers. God, at the end of the day, that's all I see when I close my eyes. I think that's part of the reason I like going to the gym, just because then there's no thinking involved. Juju Smith-Schuster's in the chat. He says, guys, I signed my deal today.
Yeah, 1 year, $8 million, man. 1 year, $8 million. I thought you'd go for a lot more than that, Juju. You can't be happy with that.
Yeah. Juju took less. He took less to sign back in Pittsburgh. He turned down less from Kansas City. I forgot who else offered him a deal. But he took less.
And I'm surprised because it seemed like the Steelers and him were kind of like at wit's end with one another. I'm kind of surprised that he ended up back there.
UCLA's beat Michigan State. I didn't see that. Somebody just asked me if I had road rage today. Where is that? There. No. Where is it? I just saw it. Damn. Where'd that go? So he says, Baddog, did you have road rage today? So I was coming out of the gym in the parking lot. Old ass guy takes 10 minutes to back out of his spot. I'm like waiting. Then he was blocking the exit perpendicular to the damn. I trying to get my phone out. Like I had my phone, it was in my pocket. I had my, my headphones on it, so I had to undo them and pull out. By the time I got the damn phone out, he was pulling away. But I'm like, damn it. I'm like, I swear to God, I was going to take a video of that and go, guys, this is what I'm talking about. It should not take you 5 minutes to back out of a parking spot. Look at it. I just talked about it. See what happens. What the hell? I always have road rage. I think I was born with it.
Yeah.
Johnny Letourneau, you are the man. Thank you so much. My wife's hair stuck to the bottom of my glass. Brilly. He says, guys, did Giannis make a big mistake by disrespecting my Sixers? And your thoughts on the Sixers making the finals? I can't be a booger eater and join the Giants. Sorry. Johnny, Embiid is healthy. I think you could go to the finals.
Yeah. I don't know the severity of the Embiid injury. I don't follow the Sixers. I know he's out right now, but
could have been a lot worse.
What'd you say?
It could have been a lot worse. He just hyperextended his knee, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, so if he's healthy, yeah, they could. I mean, Tobias Harris is really good. Obviously, Simmons is really good. Embiid was the MVP before he went down. Yeah, maybe you could add another piece, but I don't know if I would label the favorites, but I did. And one thing I know, when they just played the Knicks. Sixers played great defense. They stripped the ball from the Knicks like 8, 9, 10 times in that game. They played great defense. So yeah, I think they have a good shot to make the finals. I'd probably still label the Nets the favorite though. You're not a Nets.
I'm not labeling. The Nets are not coming out of the East.
Yeah,
I'm saying it right now. The Nets are not coming out of the East. That just popped up there. That was weird. Stephen Lilly, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. Really says, to be fair, the old guy, he had just seen Chris. What are you saying? It messed up his vision? Or is he a little too excited?
I told him my live stream the other day, usually when I go to strip, if I go into a normal strip club, I usually end up giving out the singles because people don't want to see me naked. But when I go to a blind, older people's home, a lot of them are blind, so I actually make good money then when the people can't see me that well.
Yeah, somebody was talking to me about hookers. I said they pay for my services. Somebody said it was Gettleman. It was in the car. It might have been Gettleman.
Oh, maybe it was.
If it was Gettleman, well, Gettleman wouldn't have been at the gym. I honestly don't know what this guy was doing at the gym. Actually, I know exactly the guy that it was pulling out because I was getting ready to do something. I was doing my shoulders, so I take the cross. I do the cable cross so I can get my rear delts. And he's like, "Can I do 5 pull-ups up there?" He was an old guy. He comes in khakis and a belt and like boots. Old people don't know how the hell to dress in the gym. And I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." And that was the guy. He's like 70. He's in there all the damn time. But I could see his white ass hair. I'm like, what is wrong with you? How hard is it to back out of a parking spot? It can't be that hard, but it's not even going to take forever to back out of the spot. Why was he sitting like this so I couldn't get by him for 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Jesus. On Patel, man, says, Baddog, Golladay is staying in town to work out the contract. Yep. We're going to find out tomorrow. I have a good feeling.
I think we're going to get him. I really believe that. I really think we're going to end up getting him, but we'll see.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Queese, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really, my good man. Little Jackson, Queese. I like that. It seems like there's some new people in here. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, if you haven't done so, go into the description. Link to the Up Tainah Talking Sports is there. Sub him up. Be on that channel. Next week, we do this show. Every week, we alternate channels. Like I said, we'll be hanging out for 20 hours together during the draft. We're going to cover all 3 days like we did last year. And then, of course, when the New York Giants season rolls around, we stream every game together. And, again, we alternate channels. So if you guys subscribe to me, subscribe to him. If you subscribe to him, subscribe to me. You got nothing to lose. He's the level-headed one. I'm the insane one. That's how we do it. He's the good cop. I'm the bad cop, whatever the hell you want to say. I don't know who the meatball and the spaghetti is. I'm probably the meatball, but it is what it is. It just says I'm coming to New York next season.
Maybe with the Jets, not with the New York Giants. want to say hello to I think it's Jaretta. I see him on Twitter all the time. What's going on? He says Giants have to royally screw this up to lose Golladay. I don't think we're losing I'd be surprised if we lose Golladay, to be honest with you. I think it's I shouldn't say done deal, but I think it's I don't think he would have stayed for a third day if they weren't getting this done tomorrow.
Right. He would have been gone.
Yeah.
He would have already been out of there. He wouldn't have gone through all of this stuff. So it is what it is. Fake EDP in the chat. I always like when that happens. Where am I? That was there. I just saw. Is that the guy you were talking about though?
Yeah, that was the guy. Yeah.
Okay, I had the wrong comment, but I thought that was the one you saw. Sway Sports, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate really my man. Rumor has that gentleman Golladay at a slumber party in their Giants pajamas. Keep up the content, Baddog and Tainah. Go Big Blue. Damn right. We're gonna keep the content up because you guys and girls always give us the motivation and the inspiration to do so. And it's a lot easier to make content when there are things to talk about. This is why now you see me on my phone doing stuff because it's like, dude, I got like 20 minutes between when I get home and when I go to the gym. When I'm cooking dinner upstairs, I come down, I'll just jump on my phone real quick and just make a video so I can comment on what's going on. Like I said, I squeeze in every moment that I can right now. So this is fun though, man. I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's I love this time.
Well, this is the fun time of the. This is when it starts to heat up with free agency is going to take you right into the draft, and that's the most exciting and fun part of the offseason is figuring out, or I guess estimating what the New York Giants are going to do, and giving your opinion on what you think they need to do to improve their team.
And then of course covering the draft is the best. I mean that's always a lot. That's a blast. Real quick before I get the Yankee the Wolf, I am Yump on your block, says 420 crew. You know what to do. Smoking Grizzly got him. Yankee the Wolf. Really, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate your MetLife Stadium move to New York since it's in New Jersey to clear the confusion of why a New Jersey team is named the New York Jets or the New York Giants. That's all taxes. And the reason the Jets and Giants are called New York is because the Giants used to play at Yankee Stadium. I forgot where the Jets used to play, but
they played at Shea.
Oh, they played at Shea. There you go. So they both played in New York. They built the Meadowlands in 1976, and it's really because of the taxes are much cheaper in New Jersey than they are in New York. Also, I heard that, man, they were looking to build something in Manhattan for the Jets, and there's nowhere to build it.
Yeah, I would love it for to be in New York. It's much easier for me. Even if it was in Manhattan, you take the train. For me, it would be much easier. I don't know about for Baddog where he lives, but for me, it would be much easier. But it just makes, like you said, the taxes is a huge thing in comparison to New York and New Jersey, and also tailgating. That's a major part of NFL football. And Manhattan, you're not going to be able to tailgate in Manhattan. Right. You're not going to be able to do that. I
tailgate on Broadway all the time. I go right outside of the Garden. And I tailgate and tell James Dolan what I think of them, although they're playing a lot better this year, which is nice to see for a change.
Yeah, but I think the main reason, like you said, is taxes, though.
It is. It is the main reason. Johnny the Turno, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really. But yeah, because they were in the city. I usually, when I go to a Yankee game, I always drive to Poughkeepsie. I take the train into the Bronx. That way I ain't got to drive down there because I have road rage up here. Yeah. No. Somebody's dying down there. It's probably me. Johnny, thank you so much. He says the old man was an Eagles fan taking his time. He goes, yo, you talking trash. That's why you have to be quiet. Have a great night, fellas. Johnny, you're the man. Love you, buddy. You know that.
John, I'm just kidding with you when I say those things, but I do hate your football team. Have a good night, my man.
Yeah, Johnny, I love you, buddy, but your football team sucks. I hate the Eagles, Johnny. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Too much pain and suffering they've caused me in my lifetime, man. Even back when I was a kid, too much.
Yeah.
We were 10-0 in 1990. Who was the first team to beat us, the damn Eagles?
Yeah.
Always.
No.
Yeah. Our boy Al Batts is in here. Al Batts. Yo, I got that thing over there. Remember I told you I knew a guy? Al Batts is going to take care
Al, what's going on, my man?
He says, hey, guys, how are you? Rutgers wins in attorney since – hasn't won attorney – I think he's saying Rutgers wins – hasn't won an attorney since I was 12. I think that's what he was trying to say there. I think.
Yeah, I mean – they're never known for they're more known for football than basketball, but it's cool to see. It's cool to see that they almost didn't get in. I don't know what seed they got, but a lot of people thought they were on the bubble. But it's cool to see them get a win, and that's awesome.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, I pick Rutgers. So
yeah,
I'm hoping Georgetown pulls the upset. I did take them. I think I took them with my heart.
Are they playing right now?
No, they play tomorrow, I believe.
Okay.
But I think they're the 12th seed, and I took them. I think they were the 12th seed. Who the hell are they playing? I forget who they're playing, but I did take them. What? Thank you so much, man. Really, how you feel about the Yankees, Baddog? I feel good. If that pitching staff is healthy, I feel good about the Yankees. And there's going to be a lot of Yankee content on this channel this year. I am going to do it. I've actually considered doing this, and I don't know if I'm going to do it because, again, with me, I have all these ideas, and they're great. Time is a problem. But I was thinking Saturdays, like 10 o'clock in the morning, I was going to do like an hour Yankee thing where I just talk about the Yankees during the week, talk about, as obviously as the year goes on, any trades, any guys that get called up, any guys in the DL, any of that stuff. So I'm thinking maybe, as we approach, probably May, probably get going like after the first month of the season. But maybe I was thinking about doing something for like an hour on a Saturday morning and just hanging out and talking Yankee baseball. I am going to try to put up videos, just recapping the game, and I want to try to stream 2 games a week. That's kind of what I want to do. As the summer gets here, the Lakers are gone. There's no football. It'll be a lot easier to concentrate on all the Yankee stuff. But I'm going to do my best. But I'm definitely going to be putting a lot more Yankee stuff in this, and I am dedicated to doing that this year. So I like the Yankees.
Yeah, I think the Yankees, as long as they can stay healthy, they're the best team in the American League. The White Sox are good, though. A lot of people like the White Sox this year coming in. But, yeah, I think the Yankees are the best team in the American League if they can stay healthy. But, yeah, I think the Yankees are going to be really good.
Jeremiah said, I like baseball, but very, very good to be here. So he's doing a Sammy Sosa there. Sammy Sosa. Baseball, but very, very good to me. And, yeah, Sammy Sosa, what a disaster. All the roids.
Oh, he was a great player, too. Even before the roids, he was a very good player. And then
Bonds was the best even before the roids.
Oh, they're not even close.
Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
I love Bonds. I don't care. I like the bad guys, man. I can't help myself. Brady, Bonds. They all start with B's, too. The hell's going on there? Mike Gorga, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it, brother. Really, really, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Sway Sports, thank you so much, my man. Really appreciate you, brother. Really, really. Let's effing go Mets, man, dog. Lindor is looking like a stud.
He's got to sign his contract extension, though. I'm a little worried about that, but they said that might drag on until next offseason. I think we'll get it done, though. Cohen's got more money than anybody, but he's looked great. I mean, I expect that. I think he's a top 10 player in the league, so I'm super excited to see him play. And the Mets lineup this year, Baddog, I don't know how close you follow the Mets because you're a Yankee guy. The Mets lineup is, I think I can confidently say this. I've been watching the Mets pretty religiously since about 96, and going into a year, I don't think I've ever been more confident. And I have my questions about other parts of the team, but just the lineup, I don't think I've been more confident about a Mets lineup going into the year. The Mets lineup is stacked. They got a really good lineup, the Mets.
Yankees lineup is always stacked, too. But,
you're used to it. You're used to it.
I am used to it. It was more stacked when I was younger. I'm going to say this, Ray Sports. Lindor's looking like a stud. It's good. You know what else is looking like a stud in the spring this year? Gary Sanchez. So what does that tell you about the spring? Gary Sanchez hitting the ball all over the place, hitting line drives, hitting like 286. Yeah, 186 and it matters.
Yeah, I see Jeremiah saying, I didn't get to appreciate the 86 Mets. I was born in 85. So, but yeah, no, the 86 Mets is one of the top, 10 teams of all time in the history of baseball. I mean, they won 108 games and they sleptwalked through the last month of the season.
Yeah, they almost sleptwalked through the playoffs too. They almost lost. But yeah, well, I told you the story. Me being a sports car guy, I met Darryl Strawberry at a show, and I asked him, better team? He told me the 98 Yankees. There you go.
98 Yankees were
98
awesome.
Yankees, best team I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, they were awesome.
They were unbelievable. That team was so good. That's the way you play baseball. Not this home run or nothing crap.
Yeah.
Make contact, get them on, get them over, get them in, play fundamental baseball, win games. That's it. Yeah. Ferris, I've seen you ask this a lot, man. So he says, Baddog, Golladay followed Sterling Shepard on Instagram, and he went out for dinner with Joe Judge and Jason Garrett. Yeah, a lot of people mentioned that Golladay followed Sterling Shepard today. So they're going out to dinner with. I think that's just talking over.
Yeah, that was going to happen no matter what.
I have. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say it's a done deal. It's a slam dunk, but I've got a really good feeling that he's going to end up with the Giants, and then let's hope we get a Dory Jackson. And
I think we're going to get him. I think Golladay's going to be a Giant tomorrow. I think we're going to get him.
Lou, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Really, baseball been very, very good to me. That was Chico Escuela from the original Saturday Night Live with Garrett Morris. It was? Is that where Sammy Sosa got that from? That's why they laughed?
I did not know that.
I always pride myself on knowing a lot of trivia and a lot of sports stuff. And I do. You can ask Uncle Lou. Uncle Lou's like, Uncle Lou. It's like, Baddog's an encyclopedia. Baddog knows too much stuff. L.A. Lou knows like way more than I do. Like, I learn all kinds of stuff from L.A. Lou.
I did not know. I remember Sammy Sosa saying that. I didn't know that it came from Saturday Night Live.
I did not know that either. Michael Mooch, thank you for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it. Really says the least Kenny Golladay could do after all this waiting is break the news of the night signing during one of you guys' stream. Would be great to see in the chat. If they had any damn decency, they would have.
Michael, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going live within 20 minutes if it happens, if I'm not live when it happens. So I'll try at least. I can't guarantee it, but I'll be live tomorrow if it happens at some point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, like I said, I'll do a video. Unless, I mean, it may happen while I'm live anyway. If I'm calling,
yeah,
I'll know because if it happens during a Laker game, I'm gonna see an influx of people coming in. They go, "Yo, they got Golladay." And then I'm gonna have to say, "Yup, I gotta take a break for a second." I might even change it. I gotta do a video real quick. Jeremiah says he stole that from Garrett Morris from Saturday Night Live. I forgot Sammy said it. Oh, I know that. I knew Jeremiah. I knew Sammy said it. Oh, you forgot Sammy said it.
I knew Sammy said it. I didn't know it was said on Saturday Night Live.
Complete opposite.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. I know that. Al, man, thanks so much, brother. I really appreciate it. Really, man. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you for all the support tonight, guys. Really appreciate it, man. I still have 850 in here, so, thank you guys so much. This has been a hell of a week. Like I said, man, there was definitely – I planned to take a day off and just hang out during the day for like the free agency stuff. I don't have it in me to take time off of work if I'm not sick or I'm on a vacation. The April 30th thing, I'm not going to feel.
And like you said, you got a vacation coming up anyway. You got 2 weeks.
I have 16 days coming up, but the April 30th is not a vacation day. But I do plan on drinking the night of the draft, and I probably won't feel very good the next morning. So. Something for you guys to look forward to is Buzzed Baddog. It's always fun. And Chris better get buzzed too.
Oh, I'll get buzzed.
Good, because we don't have to be live until the next night. Like we can't really drink on Friday night because Saturday is like 8 hours.
Yeah. No, opening that, we'll get a little buzzed.
Dan Lugenheimer says, give us your honest opinion of Hurts. Why do you think he stinks? I think Hurts is a prototypical drop back throw at 40 times a game. I feel like he does not have accuracy down the field at all. I don't like his deep ball whatsoever. I don't like his arm strength. His accuracy isn't great either. I think that he's late on a lot of his deliveries. His mechanics aren't very good either. He's a good athlete. He can run. He can do things like that. He's a gadget quarterback. He's not an NFL quarterback. He is a good guy to bring in as a backup. He is a good guy to bring in on Wildcats, where you do things like that, where you can line him up and he can either run for a first down or he can throw a little bit. But he is not the type of quarterback that's going to drop back 40 times a game and beat defenses once they have film on him. I saw this at Oklahoma, and you got to remember, he was a guy that brought Alabama to a national championship game, and they were getting their ass kicked by Georgia. And then freshman Tua Tagovailoa came in there, as I just botched his name really bad, came in there and beat Georgia. Jalen Hurts is not the answer. It has nothing to do with him being an Eagle. Like I said, you can ask Chris. You can ask anybody that knows me, and they will tell you that I did not like Hurts before the draft and said he was a fourth-round talent. It had nothing to do with him going to Philly. And I love the Sooners, so I watched him play every game, so I know what that guy can do and what he can't do. I can tell you this.
I can vouch for you.
He's not as talented as Kyler Murray. He's not as talented as Baker Mayfield. He was not nearly as good as either one of those quarterbacks. In my opinion.
I could vouch for Baddog, and this was long before he was in the NFL, because Baddog periodically would talk about Oklahoma. He's a big Sooners fan. And he said numerous times before he knew he was even going to approach the Eagles that he is not a good NFL quarterback.
Right.
That's the honest truth. He did say that long before he was a Philadelphia Eagle. So which is why
I laugh so hard when you draft him.
Yeah. So that is true.
Look at this. Hot Take Hockey. Thank you for being here, my man. Always appreciate swinging by. That's the best hockey channel on YouTube, by the way. If you ain't subscribed to
HDH is the friggin' man.
He's the man. So you guys like I always say, if you guys like my energy and screaming everything I do, there you go. That's just a younger version of me. He's insane.
HDH is awesome. I love that guy.
With mine too.
Yeah. I watch him every now and again. I don't always because I'll be working on things on YouTube and I won't necessarily type in the chat, but every now and again I'll see him live. I'll click him a little bit. I love that guy though. He's always been so nice to me. He seems like a really humble guy and he's got a great channel. So definitely check him out and give him a look.
I'm in there like every night now.
I know you.
I'm in there all the time because I just love him. So tonight the Leafs lose, and he's yelling at something.
Yeah. I watched one of his rant videos the other day because I saw it pop up on my feed when he was talking about the Leafs. I forgot what he was talking about. He was talking about the goaltender giving up a goal or something like that. And everybody was like going crazy at the goalie, and he wasn't putting it all on him or something like that. Right. They're entertaining rants.
So my kid, he has to look because he hears him screaming. He looks, he's like, "Yeah, Daddy, that sounds like you." I said, "Yeah." I thought there was the one game where when Marinson gave up a terrible goal, and he just gets up and he just screams, "You want to play this guy? Shut it up!" Whatever he said, I forgot what he said. And my wife goes, "Is that you?" I'm like, "No." That's how you know Hot Take Hockey's a legend. When Mrs. Baddog thinks it's me, that's how you know that he can rant with the best of them. That was great. Kudo, you want to play this guy? Whatever it was great. I love it. Go back and watch that video. It's like Leafs fans' reaction to all 5 games. It's fantastic. Pons, thank you so much for the super chat. Really. Baddog, please take this cash. Buy a bag of Doritos.
That's what I was laughing at before I saw it.
Stuff them in the Tainah's mouth until he's converted. It's sacrilege. I'm stunned.
Maybe I'm weird, man. I like a lot of chips. I like the Fritos. I like the Tostitos. I like the Cheetos. I do not like Doritos. Those are one of the O's I do not like. I don't know.
We're all weird, but
yeah.
As he just said, man, that is sacrilege. As Ponzo said, that is sacrilege. How the hell do you not like any kind of Doritos? The only kind of Doritos I don't like are Cool Ranch Doritos. I don't like those. But I like regular Doritos. I like Flamin' Hot Doritos. I like chili cheese Doritos. My kid loves Doritos. That's the worst thing about having a 4-year-old is that there's a bunch of junk food in here. So when I'm trying to diet and then I get a taste of the Doritos, I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot how good these are, especially in salsa. Tell me you like salsa at least.
Oh, I love salsa. Queso, salsa. I love that. Yeah.
Okay, we can still be friends. Richard Cranium, one of the best names on YouTube. Thanks so much, man. Really. First thing I come in, the first thing I hear is Baddog roasting my quarterback. How you guys doing? Doing good, Rich. We're doing good. Man, listen, I gave the guy my honest opinion. That was as soon as my quarterback too until he went to the NFL.
Yeah, it's true. You didn't like him then.
No, I didn't. I just didn't think that Jalen Hurts was a very good quarterback. And when the Sooners are playing a lot of times, I'm like, why isn't he running more? That's how you know he's not a good quarterback. I would say stop throwing, let him run more. He's more effective when he runs. That was how I knew he wasn't. That was why I didn't believe in him as an NFL quarterback. Because if you have a hard time passing in the Big 12, come on, man. The Big 12 don't play any damn defense. At all.
I know you're a Lakers guy, and I see somebody spamming this in the chat. I'll see if it's real. He's saying Drummond just got traded to the Lakers, but it could be fake.
That's fake. The Lakers cannot afford Andre Drummond. He's $28 million.
Okay.
To trade for that.
So he's just lying. He's lying.
The Lakers are not trading for anybody. The Lakers will be waiting until the buyout market hits. If Drummond is bought out, they can make a run at him. There's no doubt about that. LaMarcus Aldridge has been bought out. Blake Griffin got bought out, went to the Nets. The Lakers are not trading for anybody. They don't have the cap space. They haven't even extended Dennis Schroeder. So that's not yet. That's fake. I know it's fake. The Lakers aren't trading for anybody. Can't afford the money. And there's also talk about, is it Drummond going to the Knicks?
There's been talk. I don't want him, but there's been.
On a
Doesn't
buyout
talk
market,
about
it
it.
would be a bad idea. But on a buyout market, he's not going to go to the Knicks. He wants to go to a place he can win a championship. The Knicks
Exactly. The only way they'd get him is a trade.
and that'd be stupid.
No.
You don't want him in a trade. No, definitely. Duran, thank you so much, man. Really, really, really appreciate it. How do you like the Rangers whip the Flyers 9-0? I was watching that game, Duran. I couldn't believe it. It was like watching a video game. They just Baddog had 6 points in the second period. It's about time because Mika has had a terrible year, but he tied a record 6 points in one period in the second period. They scored 7 goals. It was hilarious. I actually put a little post on Instagram said this is unbelievable. It was 8-0, and then as soon as I posted, they scored another goal. They scored 7 goals in the second period. And then of course tonight they lead 1-0 the whole game, and then they freaking blow it at the end to the Caps. Of course, Ovechkin.
They've been struggling this year, right? The Rangers.
They're about 500. They're a really young team, though. They are very young. I say it all the time. The Knicks, the Giants, and the Rangers all have very bright futures in New York. And the Mets and Yankees are going to be good, too. So we're going to –
The Islanders have been killing it this year, right? They're in first place last I checked.
Yeah, they might be in second. I think the Caps are in first.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the New York sports is coming around. Double A, thanks so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it, brother. Really, I don't even try to say his last name because I botch it when I haven't had any beers and I've had 2 tonight. He says, Brilly, Baddog, Chris. Thank you, Arthur. Really appreciate it, buddy.
What's up, Arthur?
Talking about the Lakers as Arthur comes in there because he's a big Laker fan. Where's there you go. Al Bats. Thanks so much, brother. Really appreciate it. Brilly. He says, did you see the classless Eagle fan trash that kid who supports Wentz? There's a reason we hate them birds. I didn't see that.
Wait, what did he say? You see the classless Eagles fan trash that kid you supports Wentz.
Who supports Wentz? I think he meant to say.
Oh, who supports Wentz?
There's a reason we hate them birds.
Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't see it either.
No.
I did not see it either.
Listen, man, and maybe Giants fans would have done this. I don't know. But I remember watching when Andy Reid's last game with the Eagles as their head coach. Mm-hmm. And they had a tough year that year. They had a lot of injuries. And I think his kid died, too, that year, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was later on. I can't remember. Yeah, it might have been later on.
His kids aren't the best.
One of them passed away, though, right?
Well, one of them overdosed.
Yeah.
And just got in a car accident. And they were messed up or something, right?
Yeah, but whatever it was, I watched that game and I said to myself, Andy Reid, he turned your football team in from crap to a consistent 10, 11, 12 wins every year for like 9 years straight. Like they were at the top of the division every year, it seemed. They went to like 4 NFC title games. He brought them to a Super Bowl. He was far and away their best coach. And I don't care that Peterson won a Super Bowl. He's still far and away their best coach. And the way that they treated him on the way out, I was like, that is a classless fan base. They were, and I know that they had a tough year that year. And I know that, but they had a lot of injuries that year. And I'm going to tell you right, and I'm a huge Andy Reid fan. I say it all the time. Obviously, I hated him when he was with the Eagles, but I respected the hell out of him. I thought he was a great coach. I was ecstatic when they fired Andy Reid and we got him out of the division. But when I saw them, the way that they booed Andy Reid on the way out, I was like, that's pretty classless.
I was ecstatic at the way he finished his career, the 42-7 loss to us.
Yeah.
I like that. Double O, man. He says, my little brother wants a boom. There you go. Cassie Stewart says,
all right.
Lakers. Well, again, the Lakers are fun. The Lakers are fun to stream. I have a lot of fun doing them Lakers streams. I cannot lie. They're a lot of fun. They're very energetic. They're very populous. I'm very fortunate, but I have a lot of fun in there. Without a doubt. Michelle Picozzi. That's a good Italian name right there. Picozzi. Where is Tutto?
I think I saw him today. I definitely saw him over the last couple of days. I think he was in my stream today.
She says, do you think it's a good possibility that Kenny and Adoree get signed? Kenny, yes. Adoree, let's hope. I don't know what I would do, Michelle. That would be the best thing ever.
The only reason why I think we have a chance is because the fact that he's visiting the Eagles, and Joey Shakes just came in, an Eagles YouTuber, but the fact that he's visiting the Eagles tells me, at least in my opinion, that he's not going to be able to ask for that much because the Eagles they don't have any cap space. Not that we have any right now either, but they're, I think they're in an even worse position than we are. So if he's visiting the Eagles and the Giants, I mean, I got to think that they're not going to be able to offer him that much either. So I think we have a shot. I don't think he's going to have that big of a market, but we'll see.
Right. Jeremiah says, who's your favorite Giant? Mine is LT with a Bavaro close second. Jeremiah, we're on the same page, buddy. That's mine too. Those are my two guys, without a doubt. We must be about the same age, Jeremiah. You must have grown up at about the same time I did. If LT and Bavaro are you guys, you're an '80s kid, like I was. And I mean, any Giants fan that grew up in that era or was alive in that era, LT's got to be your damn guy. I mean, I always tell a story, Jeremiah, so I know that you're new to the channel, and it's a quick story. Like, I started following the Giants in 1984 when I was 8 years old. My dad was watching football. I said, Dad, what are you doing? He said, I'm watching football. I said, can I watch? He said, sure. He said, yeah, come on up here. He set me down. First thing out of my dad's mouth was, watch 56, LT. Watch 56. Just watch 56. That was like the first thing he embedded in my – because at that point, he was already a two-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. And, so in 81 and 82, he was Defensive Player of the Year, and he was Rookie of the Year in 81. So he was pretty awesome. And, of course, he won the MVP in 86 and Defensive Player of the Year in 86. So, yeah, I got that embedded in me real quick, how good LT was. And you can see him right behind me there.
That's one guy I wish I got to see. I saw him. I remember him a little bit when I was a kid, but I didn't get to, I didn't have a full understanding of the game yet. And Eli's my guy. I was born in 85. Eli's my guy. But that's one guy that I really wish I got to see, in his prime.
Yeah. Joey Shakes, man. Thanks so much, brother. I really appreciate it. Really, really. I've had Joey Shakes on my channel before. He is an Eagle fan that is very unbiased, very real about his team. I always respect that. Nitro Freak is the same way. These are guys that aren't afraid to rip their team when they need them or criticize their coach, what they do with their players. I respect that as a guy that does that to my own team. So Joey Shakes is one of the most level-headed Eagles fans you're going to find. He's not rah-rah, sis, boom, bah, 16-0. So if you want to change a pace and an intelligent Eagle fan, Joey Shakes is your guy. Check him out. Joey Shakes is awesome. He says, hey, good luck on Adoree Jackson. I just have a feeling that he wants to play for the Giants. Do you think Daniel Jones can get it done? Joey, this is make or break for Daniel Jones. Kenny Golladay obviously is a huge deal right now. If they added John Ross, Kyle Rudolph, Kenny Golladay to go with Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, and a healthy Saquon Barkley, if Daniel Jones can't get it done with all of that, he's not the guy. Make or break in 2021. That's why the Giants are trying to add all of these weapons to give them the best opportunity to succeed, which is exactly what I said I wanted going into this year. So they're approaching that. And I think physically he can. I worry about what's in between his ears as far as getting it done.
Yeah, and as far as what he had to say about Adoree Jackson, and I don't know this. This is just my assumption. And I've seen Joey Shakes before, too. He puts in a lot of work on his channel. But as far as Adoree Jackson, I agree with him. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Giants fan. I think the connection to Logan Ryan, I think there's a very strong connection there. We heard that Logan Ryan was going to scout players this year. I think if I had to guess, I would say that the Giants have the one up if we're able to bring him in, if we're able to give him the money that he's going to command. So it was between those two teams, not knowing much about the Eagles and their connections to him, but knowing that he has a really strong connection to Logan Ryan. I think I agree with him. I think the Giants have the better chance to get him.
Here's another Eagle fan right here. Danny Lugenheimer says, I feel like we should have drafted a lineman or maybe Trey Lance just Fields. I feel like Hurts got worse every week last year. There you go. There's a guy that actually paid attention to the games because he did get worse. He did. He had a really good game against the Saints. But other than that, he did not play well.
I agree.
The Saints.
I'm telling you right now, it's my honest opinion for the Eagles. And I know Eagles fans they're not going to hear it, a lot of them, because they're going to want to be able to compete. I think they need to start the rebuild. I think they need to start the rebuild now. And as a Giants fan, I hope they don't. I want them to draft a receiver. But if you like a quarterback where you're picking, you're at number 6. And again, you got to like him. You got to really like him. But if Trey Lance is there, he had a great pro day. Maybe they really like him. Whoever. I think you take that quarterback. I really believe that. You don't know. You don't know how the quarterbacks are going to be in next year's draft. If you really like a quarterback in this year's draft, I think you take him. I
agree. Because you never know where you're going to be picking next year. And you don't know that you're going to like a quarterback next year. So, yeah, that's why the Giants took Daniel Jones at 6. Amazing guy says Adoree Jackson like the Giants tweet. Let's go. I'm ready, man. Let's get going. I said it today in my video, man. Or I said it on Twitter. Print the money if you have to. Get them both in here. Hot Take Cox says Golladay heading to New York. Oh, so he's there now. He just has to.
It's 3 days in a row he's going to be there. He's getting you. We just got to give him a couple more slices of pizza, HTH. He'll be a Giant in no time.
As I said, I said it on Twitter. You want to keep Kenny Golladay, you give him a little pizza, so he ain't going anywhere else. You're not
maybe some penne bolognese, rigatoni alla vodka.
Right. Unless you go to Sicily, you ain't getting a better slice. There ain't no football teams in Sicily the last I looked, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Little veal parm, whatever. No, whatever. Fettuccine Alfredo. Never been a big fan of the cream sauces, though.
Neither am I. I like it, but I'd never ordered over the others. I'm definitely
Chicken
a meat sauce.
Oh, that's different. That's good stuff, man. Chicken marsala. Yeah, now we're talking. Why does it always go back to food? I'm always hungry.
It always goes back to food.
I'm always hungry. It's got nothing to do with 420. I'm just always hungry. I'm just always there. Duran says, put him in pizza coma and put Ben in hand.
Get it done, man. Get it done.
Melly Lou says, give him nachos. Nachos. Now you're speaking my language. I love nachos. I love them. Noah Johns, what's more crazy than a Giants fan? You're a Giants fan in Mississippi? That's freaking awesome. That's awesome. We don't have – I don't know many Giants fans from Mississippi. I think you might be the first person I've actually had say, hey, I'm from Mississippi and I'm a Giants fan.
I think my dad's from Mississippi actually now, so there's two. But he's originally from there.
From Mississippi.
Yeah. He lives there now.
I thought he lived in Alabama for some reason.
No, Mississippi. So he is but he's a transplant, so he's originally a New Yorker. So I guess that doesn't count.
Yeah. Your dad's the man, by the way. Your dad always comments on a video. He always watches all the streams back. He always comments. Your dad is good people. And I like that he busted my balls about not shaving. I always appreciate that. Michael Mooch, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Really, really. What are both of your grades on the offseason so far if they're able to bring in Kenny Golladay and Adoree, or at least one of them? You can start with that one.
If they get Golladay tomorrow, I don't even care if they don't get Adoree. I give him an A. Like you ended up getting. All right, let's go over what you got. If you got Kenny Golladay, if you get Adoree, A+ if I could do it. But if you get Golladay, you got your number one receiver. You got another really good red zone threat with Rudolph. You got a burner for nothing. For 2.5 was a good contract. You got a rotational edge rusher from Minnesota. You got another rotational middle linebacker. You got a better backup quarterback, and you brought back Leonard Williams. We lost Zeitler, but we knew that was probably going to happen.
We lost
Tomlinson. We knew it was going to happen. Right. So I think, when you factor in the limitations that we had and what we were able to make out of it, if we get Kenny Golladay, and maybe if you're a harsh grade or a B+, but I mean, I think if we get Golladay, I think we had a great free agency. Even if we don't get him and we still sign a corner, I think we had a very good free agency. But if we get Golladay, I think it's hard not to give him an A or an A- maybe, or B+ if you're a stingy grader.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, what the Giants had as far as cap flexibility going into this offseason, what they've been able to do with it, I think one thing that gets completely overlooked because of all the new players coming in and the Kenny Golladay saga is the fact that we did get Leonard Williams back. And the fact that being able to sign Leonard Williams saved us $8 million on the cap this year. And
I just thought of one other thing, too. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, go ahead.
Another guy we forget because it happened in season. He needs to be included in this. Logan Ryan. We also brought back Logan Ryan. We signed him. So factor in that you were able to bring back Logan Ryan and Leonard Williams and still add those pieces. That's a damn good offseason.
It is. And if they get Golladay and Adoree Jackson, they had the best offseason of any team, in my opinion.
It's damn good.
Because they filled a ton of holes and they added a lot of depth. Somebody just said, can you trash the Eagles for a bit? It's very amusing. Oh, Queese, I don't know if you're new to the channel. I don't recognize your name. You want to subscribe to me. I bash the Eagles. I'm known for bashing the Eagles. I am known for it on YouTube by a lot of people for bashing the Eagles. There is nobody on YouTube that bashes that team harder, more, and destroys that fan base more than me. There is not one you're going to find that hates that team more than me. There may be people that hate them as much as me. Nobody hates the Eagles more than me. Nobody. I hate the Eagles. It's sad because I love a lot of the content creators and a lot of the fans on here, but I can't stand that damn team. Entertainer the Sauce God, thank you for the super chat. Really says, I'm tired, fellas. Tomorrow's going to be maniacal. Either the Giants' Twitter celebrates or they erupt. Can't wait. Big day tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to be live for like another 5 minutes.
Hopefully it's celebrating. Hopefully there's a lot of balloons going off on Twitter tomorrow.
Celebrate, man. That's going to be the song.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
You have the Madonna song.
Get it done.
Yeah. You're the singer, so you could be singing Golladay, celebrate, right? You're the singer. As Irish Rover says, my son goes to A&M and is a loyal Giants fan. He represents well. Go Giants. Taught him well, sir.
That's awesome.
That's a good father. Ray W says, Baddog fries amigos for breakfast. You're damn right, Ray. You're damn right. But I will say this, and I said this, I think, on my stream on Wednesday. The ironic thing about this, I may have said this before to you, Chris, I don't know. The ironic thing about my YouTube channel is if it wasn't for the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, my channel would not be nearly as successful. Because of the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, I really couldn't talk trash anymore. I prided myself on making fun of them for never winning a Lombardi. We lost 13 games for the only time in our 96-year history that same year they won the Super Bowl. And that was the year I said, I can't talk trash to these guys anymore. So I'm not going to be a trash talker. So I'm just going to start talking about sports content and start streaming games. And that obviously was the right decision. So I kind of owe my success to them winning the Super Bowl. As ridiculous as it is, that's the best thing that ever happened to my YouTube channel. Ironic, isn't it? I still like to make fun of them, and I still will. Don't worry about it.
Oh, no, don't. It's 4-1. The score is still 4-1 Giants.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if you count NFL championships, it's 8-4. So, we kill them everywhere. The Earl says Fields ran a 4.340 today's pro day. Take pro day with a grain of salt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's fast, but who knows how accurate those numbers are. Pro days never – it's you go back and look at the difference between pro days and the combine times in years prior. The pro days always –
Look at Jalen Reagor. It's 2 tenths different.
Yeah. It's always a major difference.
I think AMG Sam was saying 4.41.
4.41.
I like Fields. Listen, I like Fields. I don't like Ohio State quarterbacks. I never have. But if I was going to choose one, it would be him. Yeah. That guy – real quick, I mean, I know we're going to get out here in a couple minutes. Who do the Jets take?
I still think they're going to go quarterback.
I know which quarterback.
Oh, I think they're going to go with the guy from BYU, Zach Wilson. Yeah, I like Zach Wilson. I think they're going to go with him.
Yes. We've gotten this a lot tonight. Did you see Kenny followed Shep on Instagram?
We did. Well, we didn't see it. We heard about it from 10 different people.
Yeah, we've heard about it, which is awesome. Jay Diamond says, the New York Post wrote an article about Kenny Golladay. Visit went well. They're discussing numbers. You should read it.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter before I went live. I didn't read it, but yeah, I think we're getting him, Jay Diamond. I really believe. I think we're getting him. So all things sound positive on the Kenny Golladay front. Maybe that'll change tomorrow, but right now, it sounds like we're getting this guy tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope so. Percival Glasgow says, Baddog and Tainah, can you guys explain this contract Golladay? Well, he doesn't have a contract yet. It's just a lot of dot and I's, cross and T's, making sure that he's a good fit for New York and that he wants to be here and he wants to be a Giant, that he's 100% healthy. I think that's the bare bones of it.
Yeah, there's no contract yet. I am predicting it'll be a 3-year deal. Because he's already 28. I don't think they're going to want to give him a 5-year deal up to 33. And he's got injury concerns. So I don't think they'll get more than 3 years. I think we'll end up giving him 3 years. And I think it'll be between $13 to $16 a year. I'm going to settle on 14, 3 years, 42. But I think it'll be between probably 42 and 48 on 3 years. I think that's what you're looking at.
Punkham says Galladay's a Giant tomorrow. Let's go, Punkham. Let's go. I'm ready. Ramon Baez, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, man. Really. Let's go, Big Blue. Love the pickups. What do you guys think of Nico Collins?
Nico Collins, he's another second or third round wide receiver prospect. I think he's out of Michigan. Yeah, he's gotten good write-ups. He's moved up. And if the Giants get Golladay, I got to do more research on him. I don't know what type of wide receiver he is, but I know a lot of people like him. Yeah, I mean, I've seen highlights on him, but a lot of people like him. I think he's more of a third-round prospect from what I've seen, second-round prospect. It's possible, but I still think if we get Golladay, I think we're filling in other needs in the first 2 or 3 rounds of this year's draft. I think you're going offensive line, interior defensive line, edge rusher, cornerback if we don't sign one. I think that's what you're looking at the first 2 or 3 rounds. Especially after signing Rudolph as well, and also getting Ross. I don't know. Maybe I'll be wrong. I don't see us drafting a wide receiver in the first 2 or 3 rounds if we get Golladay tomorrow.
No, I don't either. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I just think we have other holes to fill. So I think if they do accomplish what they set out to do this offseason, which is get Daniel Jones the number 1 wide receiver, if they do it with Kenny Golladay, then it makes more sense to, address the secondary, address the offensive line, which honestly, I think if they get Adoree Jackson and Kenny Golladay, I do think you're going to see offensive line in the first round. I really do. I think they will have settled everything else for Daniel Jones, and now you're going to give him more protection up front. And
if you could get Vera Tucker, say that's the guy. A lot of people think he could be a really good guard. That's great. I mean, if he could plug in that hole, and now you got 3 emerging young offensive linemen on that line, along with Gates that you've drafted and Hernandez, like you're building something. So I know it's a boring pick. I know it's not a flashy pick, but if you tie up the loose ends at the wide receiving core and you get the corner, you pretty much got a near complete defense at that point. And you could add another edge. I get it, but I would love to get an offensive lineman in that situation. I really would.
Yeah, it'd be good. Travis says, Knicks, Plax, Cruz, OBJ, Toomer, rate them best to worst.
Oh, it's up there. Okay. Knicks, Plax, Cruz, OBJ, Toomer, rate them best to worst. See, that's a tough question because am I rating as in terms of talent? Am I rating them in terms of their contribution as New York Giants? Am I rating them at their best? But if we're all right, I'll start. If I'm going to rate them based on their careers, New York Giants.
Oh, career?
Career, I'm going Toomer, 1. I think he leads like the Giants in every statistical category. I'd have to go with Toomer. If we're talking career, at their best, he might be the worst out of that bunch, ironically enough. Like Plax was great. Knicks was great at his best. Cruz was great at his best. Of course, OBJ. But for a career, I have to go with Toomer. He leads in every major statistical category as a receiver. I'd probably go Plax too. I mean, Plax contributed to that Super Bowl. He was huge in the Green Bay Packers game, and he did it a little bit longer than Cruz. I'd probably go Plax 2. I'd go Cruz 3. I think he had the single greatest season in New York Giants history. I know he didn't do it as long as Beckham did, but Beckham didn't attribute to any winning. Like, I remember that, that one season by Cruz, he was on an MVP-like level. So I think I'd go Cruz 3. I'd probably go Beckham and then Knicks, but Knicks is close too because Knicks had huge moments during that run. I think playoffs. I think what they did in terms of winning football games, and those guys meant a lot to winning football games.
All of those guys, except for OBJ, won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
If I have to rate them, I'm going to go Toomer, Cruz, Plexco, OBJ, Knicks. That's how I would do it.
Yeah.
AP, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it, man. Brilly, Golladay plus Adoree, better than Samuel plus Jackson. Don't at me. Damn right. But guys, it is almost 12:20, so we're going to get out of here. It is amazing that we still have 800 people in here. Again, I just want to thank you all so much. I want to thank you guys for being patient with me because obviously, I can't get on here as much as I would like to. I would like to do a lot of things when they break, but I just, I can only do them when I can do them. But I always appreciate your patience that you can be patient with me and you always check out my videos, always, comment and everything else. And I appreciate you guys blowing up my Twitter because, like I said, I picked up like 400 followers this week, which is unbelievable. But I just really appreciate everything you do for my channel. You guys are unbelievable. I really can't believe that my channel has grown the way it is and that, like I said, the Giants have been such a bad team for so long, and yet every year, every game, every week, you guys are here, you're supporting, you're unbelievable. You are the best. I say it all the time. I say it in my Lakers streams. I say it in this stream. I'll say it in any stream I do. I have the best, we have the best subscribers and supporters on YouTube. It's hands down. It's not close. It's not close. Now, everybody else will be giving up. Everybody else will be dropping off. Not you guys and girls. Always here. Always the best. Appreciate the hell out of you guys and girls. Love you guys and girls to death.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. First off, I saw Roldy said if you're gonna rank it based off of whatever playoffs, don't have Barkley, you have one running back. I don't have Barkley, but I'm one running back. I say routinely Barkley's the most talented running back I've ever seen in a Giants uniform. Tiki Barber's the greatest running back, and it's not even close in at least in modern day history for the New York Giants. But and hopefully Barkley surpasses him. But obviously I'm just gonna duplicate what you said, man. Listen, this show's blown up. Our channels have blown up through the darkest times for the New York Giants, and it looks as if at least we're up to a really good start this offseason. And it's what I predicted in terms of I was happy when they brought Gadwin back. You were happy when they brought Gadwin back. And I thought they were going to double it up. I thought they were going to have another good offseason. They were going to build up what they did last year. I think the pairing of and Judge of Gettleman has worked. It worked last year. It's looking like it's working again this year. I think they work very well together. We'll see how they do in the draft. But I don't know how any logical fan, if we get Kenny Golladay tomorrow, could complain with what we've done on free agency so far. So you got to be thrilled as a Giants fan. I think this team is building. And I think they're going to be competitive this year. I think they're going to be in the thick of it. And I'm excited. I'm super excited to be covering this team going into next year, because if we get Golladay and we have a good draft, the New York Giants are going to be real next year. Now, I'm not saying Super Bowl, but we're going to have a competitive football team. We're not going to be a team that teams laugh at. We're not going to be going into weak games where we say we can't win this game. No, that's not going to be the case anymore. This team is starting to turn the corner, and we're starting to see. I think we're going to start to see positive results from this rebuild going into year 3 of the rebuild. Everybody likes to say year 4. It's really year 3. But I can't say thank you enough to everybody that supports both of us, man. My streams, it's been ridiculous this week. Like, I've had over 2,000 people in those streams from times. I mean, you guys are incredible. I can't say thank you enough. And hopefully we get some good news tomorrow. I think we will. I don't want to jinx it, but I think Kenny Golladay is going to be a New York Giant. And if he is, we're going to party. But, yeah, guys, have a great rest of your night, and thank you for popping in, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. The one thing I always said, every time we end these streams, just wait until we're good. We get Kenny Golladay and have a good draft, and then you never know. Maybe Adoree Jackson is icing on the cake, but we get a couple of these guys and have another good draft. We are going to be good. We're going to have a lot of fun this year. There's no doubt about it. We're going to have a lot of fun at the draft, too. There's no doubt. We'll have a lot of fun on these shows as well, building up to the draft and everything else. So, enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and thank you so much for being here tonight. Really do appreciate it. For the Entertainment Talking Sports, it is the Bad Daily Dizzle. We are gone. Peace!